Iron Man listened to Fang Bing's words, excited. What did he want the spaceship for? Still not interested in alien technology for spaceships. Now that Fang Bing allowed him to study, that had fully satisfied his wish. Immediately nodded again and again. Fang Bing, don't worry, my technology will be your technology from now on, my company will be your company, and so will my wife. Oh no, this won't work, my wife will still be mine. Fang Bing ignored Iron Man, who was so excited that he started talking nonsense. Give Ebony Maw the order. Then opened the portal. Take the few remaining captives on the spaceship. Walked in. And the spaceship. Just stay where Iron Man upgraded Quinjet for Fang Bing before. After going out from the portal, Fang Bing has taken several prisoners with him. Came to the Ulu Metal prison under the sea. Appeared in a large prison cell. He just showed up. It was attacked by the group of alien fighters thrown in before. Because Fang Bing didn't control them before. Just throw it in. Their injuries were not serious. At that time, he was just stunned by the electric shock. It's been so long. Also woke up early. Then. Fang Bing took another moment. Cooked these dozen alien fighters. Control them with a psychic scepter. Then counted. There are a total of 20 aliens in this large cell. There are all races. Most are fighters. A small number are technicians on the spacecraft. But pulling it out is also many times stronger than ordinary Earthlings. Fang Bing can't use them for the time being. There were only 10 people left on the space battleship that went to space exploration. These 20 are Fang Bing's reserve army. Definitely they have a more important role now. It must provide ability for Fang Bing. Fang Bing recruited a bag of jelly beans. Sent one to each of them. Eat it, following his order. All the alien fighters obediently ate all the jelly beans. Soon. The system started beeping non-stop. After a while. The ability lists of the 20 aliens have all been acquired. Fang Bing took a rough look at their abilities. There are all kinds of strange things. It opened his eyes. But Fang Bing didn't have time to read carefully one by one. Extract directly. Congratulations on getting the Dung Ball V10. The first extracted ability. Take Fang Bing seriously. Is this the reincarnation of the dung beetle? Were you born in Delu? Fang Bing took a look at the ability contributors. It was quickly found among a group of aliens. F*K. Sure enough, it looks a bit like the dung beetle on the Earth. And it's huge. Fang Bing quickly took a few steps back. Stay away from it, and get this ability. Definitely disabled immediately without hesitation. Although Fang Bing also has some special hobbies. But certainly not this one. Next. Congratulations, you have won all victories 3. Fang Bing saw the name. It was a surprise at first. I thought I had drawn a super ability, but take a closer look at the ability introduction. Num. 100 battles without danger LV3. After you fight with the opposite sex, you can quickly recover your energy and reach the peak state. The current level can restore the state 30 times in one day. Fang Bing is really numb. To say that this is not super ability. That's really nonsense. How can such a powerful thing not be super ability? Only level 3 can be Yi Sanjiro? That's level 10. Isn't it the incarnation of Yi Beijiro? Fang Bing can only sigh. Alien. Sure enough, all kinds of strange things. The ability is extraordinary, this super ability. For some Earthmen, attraction might be stronger than anything else. And for Fang Bing, definitely doesn't work that much anymore. Because he is so brave. But Fang Bing finally chose to drive this super ability. After all, what man doesn't want to be braver? Keep drawing. Congratulations on obtaining Necromancer IV6. Definitely hit the jackpot this time. Fang Bing for sure. Spiritism. Hearing the name, I knew it was definitely a serious super ability. Spiritualism IV6. You can communicate with spirits, touch or attack them, and you can summon spirits from other dimensions when you reach the top level. Fang Bing read it. Discovery is indeed a serious super ability. But it wasn't the psychic art he expected in Hokage. It's something like Constantine's kind of spiritism. It's just that he's weird. Why would there be aliens with this ability? What is the use of this thing? Then, Fang Bing looked at the system records. Found a name. Who is Shiva Kana? He yelled at the alien warriors. One is tall. A mighty and strong man who seemed to have nothing to do with the witch necromancer stood up. Master, I am Sivakana. Fang Bing asked him a few questions. Only then did he understand why he had the special ability of spiritism. Turn out to be, Sivakana's home world is a special planet. After the people there died, will not enter Hell Dimension. Instead, it will remain in the world. then the whole planet is filled with spirits. This special environment. Some people with special abilities have been born. They can be psychic, called priests, specialized in communicating with these dead spirits. And Shiva Kana is the highest priest on this planet. Afterwards things were simple. Thanos came to his planet. Come to Planned Parenthood. After discovering the state of the planet. Use the Star Destroyer directly. Blast this planet to pieces. The reason is that there is no way to engage in family planning here. After killing, there are not many people. Such heresies should not remain in the universe. Only Shiva Kana, who was the highest, was left behind. Received his army. And allow him to find himself to avenge his home planet in the future. Definitely. Thanos is such a principled purple sweet potato essence. How can one destroy one's own principles when engaging in family planning? To balance the universe, he let go of the next living planet he encountered. No one was killed. Average the two planets. It can be regarded as only killing half of the people. Fang Bing finished listening to the story. There is only shit left in my heart. Purple sweet potato essence, as expected of you. It's all so serious. Are you sure you don't want to stay in a mental hospital for a few days? The super ability of spiritism is too special. Fang Bing doesn't know if he will be able to use it in the future. But too many skills don't overwhelm you. Multiple ultra ability definitely is good. Fang Bing stayed happily, and it's always on. Thinking. Maybe sometime we'll be able to see something special on Earth too? There are still 17 people whose abilities have not been drawn. Fang Bing didn't have time to take his time one by one. He simply came to a batch extraction. Congratulations on obtaining Super Physique IV6. Congratulations, you have obtained Cosmic Flight Vehicle Driving Skills LV8. Congratulations, you have won the Universe Casino Chuxianshu V7. Congratulations on obtaining Divine Power 1. Congratulations, you have obtained Cheetah Zingren Dating Skills V10. Congratulations, you have obtained Xandar Snail Breeding Skills V6. 17 abilities have been drawn. Most of them are messy abilities. A few individual strength-enhancing ones, for the current Fang Bing. It also has only a small effect, but, in general, Fang Bing is quite satisfied, because his expectations were not high. The 20 alien warriors in front of them, it's just a level that can be easily killed by oneself. Originally, he just thought that he could get some cosmic knowledge abilities. But I didn't expect to draw 2 super abilities. Definitely one of them is not too serious, and inside the normal ability. What makes Fang Bing more satisfied is the spaceflight vehicle driving skills. This was drawn from the pilot of the space battleship. Ability level is very high. Fang Bing is very satisfied. Before that, he just knew how to fly a plane. It's just a flight controller that can skillfully navigate the Earth. Really let him get started to see space battleship. It is estimated that it is enough, but now, with this ability, he has transformed into an old driver of the universe in a blink of an eye. Definitely. Some other miscellaneous abilities are not useless. For example, talk about the tricks of cosmic casinos, or the dating skills of a certain planet. Fang Bing went to the universe in the future. Maybe these abilities will come in handy, but Fang Bing looked at the honor of the male alien from Cheetah. Still decisively choose to disable this ability. The man looks like this. Where can women go? Drained the abilities of 20 alien warriors. Fang Bing didn't let them stay together anymore. So many people in one cell. Fang Bing is not worried about security issues. What he was afraid of was, these aliens have been together for a long time. The friction produced some special sparks. Then it will affect my future employment plan. Anyway, there are enough cells, not enough words. Fang Bing can also be expanded at will. Then, directly arranged a single room for one person. Everyone was left with a year's supply of compressed food. Lest I forget. Starved them to death, their role. Not just Fang Bing's backup soldiers, more critically. Important ability for most alien warriors, haven't picked it up this time. Still have to continue feeding every day, just keep extracting. After finishing the work of the submarine prison, Fang Bing opened the portal, walked in, when it reappears. We have reached the lake in the no man's land. When going out from the portal, Fang Bing heard a groan. Not far away, a flat-headed brother happily ran towards him. Ho! This guy is really determined. Are you still guarding yourself? He saw brother Pingtu who had already run to his feet. Fang Bing smiled. Randomly recruited a few balls of meatballs from a different space. Threw it. Just leave it alone, he is here now. But there are important things to do. What's the matter? Definitely a test of level 9 psychokinesis from Ebony Maw. Been busy. I didn't care. Now it's finally free. It must be refreshing. Check out Ebony Maw's psychokinesis on himself. Can exert any special power. Test psychokinesis. Fang Bing cooked. He'd done the same thing twice before. What to test specifically? He knows the way. He pressed his hand directly to the ground. Start making metal weights of different weights. Because this time the improvement is huge, so Fang Bing also let go of the ability to use material conversion. It took a few minutes to manufacture from 1 ton to 100 tons. 20 weights of different weights. Start off with a ton. It is because of the psychokinesis of the 6th level before Fang Bing. Already able to control a ton of material, so don't waste any more time now. Just start with a ton. Fang Bing turned on psychokinesis. Unleashed a super ability against a ton of Uru metal weights. Whoosh. Metal weights fly into the sky, in a blink. Has flown without a trace. Alright. Fang Bing decided to start directly with 10 tons. There was another whoosh. The 10-ton metal weight also flew out of the sight range of ordinary people at an extremely fast speed. Good guy. What a guy. Fang Bing was overjoyed. According to the law he deduced before, from level 5 to level 6. Psychokinesis is 4 times more powerful, so he reasoned. Possibly per level. All will increase 4 times the power on the basis of the previous level. The 5th level is the power of 500 caddies. At level 6, it has a power of 2000 jin, that is, 1 ton. The 7th level should be 4 tons of power. At level 8, it should have a power of 16 tons. At level 9, it should have a power of 64 tons. Now Fang Bing's psychokinesis level is level 9. And he went from just controlling 10 tons of metal weights with ease. Has been judged. My guess is probably correct. And there might be more than that. Then. Fang Bing continued the test excitedly. This time. He directly controls 50 tons of metal weights. Really, can. Although the flight speed of the metal weight is not as fast as before. But Fang Bing took control. Still easy. This means. He's not at his limit at all. Then. 60 tons. Still can. But here until 70 tons. Fang Bing felt strenuous. He knows. My own limit is probably around 70 tons. Although it is heavier than the 64 tons he just speculated. It is several tons higher. But Fang Bing didn't feel that his guess was wrong. Instead. He thinks. According to my guess, the power is quadrupled for each level. Absolutely right. The reason is not 64 tons but 70 tons. Because of. The reason why he meditated increased his power. Fang Bing, who has seen the Ebony Maw ability list, knows. Ebony Maw doesn't meditate, he is just a pure super ability user. It's just that the super ability exercise is very powerful. Not a magician, so, get his psychokinesis himself. But stronger than him, it is also very normal. That being the case, Fang Bing already knew. Wait until your psychokinesis reaches level 10. What power will it be? Quadruple again. Plus your own spiritual power bonus. I'm afraid it will reach a huge force of about 300 tons. And. This is not the limit, the power of this ability. It will continue to grow as you practice, but even if it is 300 tons of giant force. What does that mean? 300 tons is 600,000 jin. Sun Wukong's golden cudgel seems to be only 13,500 caddies, right? The weight of 50 golden cudgels, even now. Psychokinesis by Fang Bing. It can also control the weight of 10 golden cudgels. Think of the golden cudgel. Fang Bing suddenly had a wonderful idea. There is no time to test the other functions of psychokinesis. He pressed his hand directly to the ground. Initiated a material conversion. Simultaneously start in the mind. According to certain memories buried in the bottom of my heart. Start converting. After a while. A simple long sword 5 meters long and 1.5 meters wide appeared in front of him. This is a big sword with a thick, long and big heel. It's like the flying sword in the Shenxia TV series that Fang Bing watched in his previous life. Exactly the same. The whole body is made of ulu metal. Some kind of mysterious pattern is also engraved on the body of the sword. Double-edged. The tip of the sword shone with a sharp cold light. Fang Bing uses psychokinesis, controlling this big sword that weighs 18,000 caddies. Fly into the sky. Then leap forward, stood up. Whoosh. The big sword flew into the sky with Fang Bing at high speed. Accompanied by a series of sonic boom clouds. In the blink of an eye, he disappeared from Brother Pingtu's sight. The big sword shuttled through the sea of clouds. Fang Bing stood on the big sword with his hands behind his back. Put the clothes on your body. It was also converted into a fairy-like black ancient-style outfit with material transformation. Immediately, a peerless sword fairy is born. Now, Fang Bing felt like he didn't say a word. It seems that the atmosphere is not in place. But just opened my mouth. The gust of wind poured into his mouth. He blew back his pretended words, cough cough. Bring out a jug of wine. He took a sip sullenly. After today, I will be the Marvel Wine Sword Fairy. After Yu Jian flew a few laps in the sky, Fang Bing has had enough of cultivating immortals. That's how it landed. Actually, Edgeworth flight. It might as well fly directly by himself. The sword was smooth. Fly so fast. Want to stand firm on it? You have to compete with the wind resistance all the time. Not as cool as it looks at all, but be it. Fang Bing thinks. It doesn't matter if it's practical or not. Handsome is over. Why, I already have the ghostly title of Muscular Demon Man outside. The image needs to be reversed, especially now online, under the leadership of that cute little Wanda. Started to rename myself. Fang Bing glanced at it before. What? Muscular Flasher. Demon Flesh Speedman. Giant Muscle Demon Panman. What the hell is this? Didn't you just show your speed? Just add, fly, to the title, such as, Extreme Speed. That shit. If I show all the abilities, shouldn't the title be hundreds of words? So, Fang Bing decided, be sure to change the title. Grandpa is a sword fairy, not some bullshit muscle magician. In the future, many people must appear before the Holy Spirit. Shock those bastards. Think about it. For the sake of the time when people will appear in front of people in the future. Can be more windy. Fang Bing pressed his hand to the ground again. Start to continue to initiate material conversion. After an hour, 1800, the 3-foot flying sword was created. Piled up into a hill, these flying swords. All made of ulu metal. Fang Bing didn't know how much he could control. But still made 1,800, the reason is just one word. Handsome. And, even if it can't be used up, be stronger in the future, it can be used morning and night. With the thought, 1,800 flying swords flew from the ground. Turned around in the air, towards a boulder by the lake. Fang Bing thought again. Swish swish swish. Chi Chi shot at the boulder, dozens of tons of boulders. In an instant, he was smashed into powder by countless flying swords. Fang Bing changed his mind again. The flying sword group turned again. Chi Chi shot into the sky, created circles of sound barrier clouds in the sky. Cruising a few more laps, only then flew back to Fang Bing. Very powerful. If only Ebony Ma had so many ulu metal flying sword shields before. Fang Bing probably wants to take him down. It's not that easy either. Definitely. Although Fang Bing can now control 1,800 flying swords with psychokinesis. That's because of the 1,800 flying swords. Each one weighs only 60 or 70 kgs. Add up the weight amount. The upper control limit of Fang Bing's psychokinesis has not been reached. But he can't now control the movement of each flying sword separately. He just tried it. Now at best, simultaneously control more than a dozen flying swords to do different actions. Other flying swords, he can only adjust the angle in advance. Launch together as a whole. This is because his mental strength is not strong enough. I want to make 1,800 flying swords at the same time. Each one does something different. Fang Bing felt that it would be Ancient One. She probably can't do it, but this has already satisfied Fang Bing. Want to be handsome? It is to appear before the people. Combat power or something. That's not the purpose. And Fang Bing has already figured it out. Wait until psychokinesis reaches level 10, he will continue to make flying swords. Make up 108,000, block out the sun. Wan Jian returns to the sect, after playing enough. Fang Bing put away the big sword in the little flying sword. Begin serious testing of the rest of the 9 levels of psychokinesis. What to test next? Oh, right. Speed. Previously Fang Bing's flight speed. Score. Under the augmentation of level 6 psychokinesis and level 1 magnetic field control. It has already reached more than twice the supersonic speed. And now, his psychokinesis has been raised to level 9. Yujian Flight tried it just now, but that doesn't represent Fang Bing's flight speed. Because the principle is completely different. Yujian Flight is Fang Bing driving the big sword flight with psychokinesis. First of all, the big sword weighs 18,000 kgs. And Fang Bing stood up. You also need to overcome wind resistance and the like. But If Fang Bing directly uses psychokinesis to drive himself to flight, coupled with the acceleration of the magnetic field control, that must be much faster. Fang Bing started. Psychokinesis added to the body. Whoosh. Sonic boom. A series of sonic booms. Fang Bing flew into the sky at a speed invisible to the naked eye. This speed, much faster than Fang Bing Yujian flight just now. Not only faster than Edgeworth flight, faster than he can run on the ground. To know Fang Bing's level 3 super speed, it has brought him a super speed of more than 800 per second and 3000 kilometers per hour. And now, the speed of Fang Bing's psychokinesis flight. It is even faster than the super speed of level 3. And he hasn't turned on the magnetic field acceleration yet. Open. The speed increased again. Fang Bing, hurry up, and he is much faster. He starts flying in one direction in the sky. Want to test how fast your own speed is? Because he can no longer measure by feeling. He's going to fly around the world, circle of the Earth. The circumference is 40,000 kilometers, before Fang Bing level 6 psychokinesis. Even with the increase of magnetic field acceleration, it's just 1,500 kilometers per hour, fly around the Earth. It takes a full 26 hours, so he had never tried this before. Even his super speed, the running speed, is only 5,433,000 kilometers per hour. Run around the Earth, it also takes 13 hours. This still doesn't count the time it takes to climb over the mountains. Actually run down, certainly more than 13 hours. But now Fang Bing feels like he can give it a try. Although he doesn't know how fast he is now, but he felt that it would take less than a day to circle the Earth. Anyway, I'm bored now. Even travel around the world. Boom. With a sound explosion, Fang Bing checked the direction and flew out. Although it is fast, but the sonic boom produced really annoyed Fang Bing. This thing is too noisy, and the sonic boom will stay with Fang Bing on his supersonic flight. While flying, listening to the loud bang 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 bang. This is really not a happy thing. More importantly, people with poor physique can't take it at all. Fang Bing's supersonic flight nearby, for example. If Fang Bing is in Aunt May's yard, fly into the sky with a bang at supersonic speed. Aunt May and little Peter were in the house. The eardrum may bleed directly from the shock and be seriously injured. The reason is, Fang Bing's body rubbed against the air too fast. There is moisture and resistance in the air. That's why the sonic boom cloud is produced. So, he began to think, can you eliminate every supersonic flight? Non-stop sonic boom. Otherwise, how can I show my holiness in front of people in the future? As soon as I come out, are the audience shocked? He was thinking as he flew through the air. Soon, Fang Bing thought of his own super speed when running. If not, there will be special energy protection. Won't there be a sonic boom? Although Fang Bing does not understand the principle of this special energy. But this did not delay him from thinking of a solution. Now that the special energy when the super speed is activated will cancel the sonic boom. Then it's okay to keep launching super speed. Wouldn't he be covered with special energy all the time? And this is not difficult for Fang Bing. Because of his super speed, it is extracted from others through the system. When starting, it does not need to consume physical strength and energy. So, it is completely possible to maintain the super rapid launch state. Think here. Fang Bing, who is still flying in the air, launched super speed, and has maintained this state. Moment. The sonic boom cloud that was following him disappeared. And that sonic boom is gone. Fang Bing felt his body. Friction with the air is eliminated. The speed has also increased again. Great. Fang Bing praised his wit in the air. Then I don't know how many times the speed of sound. Towards the center line of the Earth. Flight around the Earth. His flight height is not too high, because it is too high. The distance to fly around the Earth, it's far more than 40,000 kilometers. So, flight speed of Fang Bing, probably only a few kilometers high. About the same height as an ordinary airliner. In this case, basically, it will not hit obstacles such as mountains. After an hour, when Fang Bing looked down, already found himself flying over the sea. 2 hours later, have crossed the sea, on a transnational airliner high in the sky. A handsome stewardess was lying on the porthole looking out boredly. She just got an internship this year. Originally, I was looking forward to the life of flying around every day. But after getting on the plane, found that the flight attendant was too boring. Just a flight attendant. This made her start to regret it. Choosing this career was not a mistake, just as she was staring at the clouds outside the plane window in a daze. Sudden. A figure. Bu flew past the window of the plane. Instantly surpassed the plane. Blinked, disappeared. In fact, being a flight attendant seems to be quite interesting. 8 hours later, it was dark in New York. Fang Bing returned to that no man's land. He has successfully flown a full circle around the Earth. 40,000 kilometers, thus, he also calculated his approximate speed. 5,000 kilometers per hour. This speed. Not only with Ebony Maw's psychokinesis. Let Ebony Maw fly like this, he certainly can't fly that fast. It is mainly the superposition of the three abilities of Fang Bing. Psychokinesis plus magnetic field control plus super speed. Under many increases, just reached this speed. 8 hours. Go around the globe, it's definitely not comparable to space battleships. But as a human being, those that can fly are 5 or 6 times faster than commercial airliners. It's simply perverted. Much faster than 4 times the speed of sound. Tested the speed of psychokinesis. Fang Bing has a general understanding of his current strength. And he is now. I haven't been home for more than a day. Time to go back and rest. This time, Fang Bing didn't open the portal to go back. Instead, he took out his big sword, stepped on. Whoosh. Edgeworth flight. Fly towards the villa in New York City. After a while, he has already flown to the gate of the villa. Stand on the big sword, facing Wanda in the villa. Activate the sonic super ability. Voice transmission into secret. Through the villa. He said directly in Wanda's ear, "Stop playing, Tien will come and see the gods." After Wanda in the villa was taught a lesson yesterday. Much better today. Currently practicing origin magic power in the practice room. Fang Bing's words suddenly came to his ears, startled. After reacting, immediately bounced and ran out of the villa. At a glance, he saw Fang Bing standing on the flying sword pretending. "Ah, what a big and long sword, can I touch it?" Wanda looked fascinated, staring at the big sword under Fang Bing. My saliva almost came out. Seeing this big sword, she fell in love with it immediately. Fang Bing nodded lightly at first, but soon. He shook his head again. "What are you doing? Climb up by yourself, do you want me to pull you up?" Wanda stepped onto the big sword excitedly. Fang Bing thought about it. Whoosh. The two went straight to the sky. Bang bang bang. "Ah, it's too fast. I can't stand it." With a sound explosion, Wanda yelled in the air. Fang Bing's flying sword speed. At this moment, although the speed has not reached 5,000 kilometers per hour. But there is also a double the speed of sound. Fang Bing can cover his body with super fast special energy. But it can't cover Wanda and the big sword, so. The flying sword just took off. It caused a sonic boom. Fine. Fang Bing did not increase the speed to the top. And Wanda originally was also enhanced by origin magic power. So it didn't hurt her. But even so, Wanda experienced such extreme speed in the air for the first time. Also quite frightened. But that's all. It's all Fang Bing's intention. The purpose is to let her experience the power of her great sword. This chick has nicknamed herself twice. Don't teach yourself a lesson. Don't know what will happen in the future, after an hour. Fang Bing flew back to the villa with the exhausted Wanda. Looking at Wanda, who was limp and panting on the sofa. He felt at ease physically and mentally. Know what to do. Wanda nodded weakly. Just now when flying the sword on the big sword. Fang Bing has strongly condemned her previous actions. Let her see the power of the big sword, and now. It's time for her to act. Take out your phone. Opened the forum called Superhero Support Team. Decisively revised the voting post named. Put 50 titles in the options. All changed. Giant muscle wine sword immortal. Snapped. Wanda got another slap on the head. Just 3 words, Zhu Jianxian. Don't add words yourself. Fang Bing narrowed his eyes and said with a murderous look. Wanda flinched. Quickly changed it all. Removed the giant muscles. All changed. Wine sword fairy. Then Fang Bing also took the phone. Waiting to see the reaction of netizens, in a minute. Voting posts are gone. Deleted by a forum administrator. Wanda's account was also directly blocked by. Immediately afterwards. Disappears with voting stickers. Within a few minutes, hundreds of posts scolded the website. Then. Soon. A voting post exactly as it was before Wanda's modification. Appeared on the forum again. Even voted to half of the data. All the same as before. It's just that the person who posted it has become an administrator. Fang Bing is numb. Wanda snickered. Got it. Don't bother. Let them vote. Fang Bing decided. It doesn't matter what nickname these sand sculpture netizens give themselves. He is a wine sword fairy. The next day. It's time to go to S.H.I.E.L.'s celebratory banquet in the evening. Fang Bing already had a foolproof plan in his heart for taking down Dr. Banner tonight, with full grasp. But nothing to do during the day. Fang Bing is considering whether to set up a stall today. After a little thought, never mind, not going. The space battleship is still there at Iron Man. Fang Bing just picked up from Alien Warrior Driver yesterday. Obtained the 8th level spaceflight vehicle driving technology. Don't drive out for a stroll in person. How can it work? Then, he decisively opened the portal, walked in. When walking out of the portal, we have come to the parking lot of the space battleship. Fang Bing saw Iron Man at a glance. He was groping around the space battleship. Eyes blurred. Intoxicated. And Ebony Maw stood aside. He looked at this Earthling who seemed to have a problem with his brain with a strange face. When Fang Bing appears, Ebony Maw immediately ignored Iron Man. Hastily stepped forward to salute. Fang Bing nodded to Ebony Maw. Walked towards Iron Man. Come to him. A slap woke him up. Hey, let you study a space battleship. Why do you look more energetic than looking at a woman without clothes? Iron Man came back to his senses. He said with a look of disdain. What's so good about a woman? I haven't seen 1,800, but this is the first time I've seen this spaceship. Fang Bing thought about it. This is really the reason. At the rate that Iron Man changes one in a few days. They are all in their 40s. I'm afraid the number of 1,000 is understated, right? Jarvis, how many women has your master dated over the years? Sir, there are a total of 1,356. Iron Man was elated when he heard the words. I'm so good. Jarvis, this data is encrypted, especially can't tell Pepper. Fang Bing looked at his fart. I'm too lazy to talk to him. He walked into the space battleship on his own. Iron Man quickly followed suit. Originally, he thought Fang Bing was just coming in to take a look. But did not expect. Fang Bing walked directly to the bridge. Sit in the driver's seat. Skillfully launched the space battleship. Water fake? What are you going to do? Can you really fly a spaceship? Otherwise, I'd better go down first? Fang Bing smiled lightly. Ignore Iron Man. Instead, quickly operate with both hands. He got the 8th level cosmic flight vehicle piloting skills. A lot of knowledge about how to drive a space battleship has been instilled in the mind. Now he looks at the console. The densely packed buttons with alien characters written on them. I didn't feel strange and confused at all. Instead, it feels very familiar. Start the engine. Turn on stealth. The reverse gravity system is on. Jet off. Dozens of seconds later, the spaceship flew out of the atmosphere steadily. Reached into space. Iron Man is convinced. Which driving school did you learn to fly a spaceship? Please take me with you. Iron Man came up and said. Fang Bing gave him a strange look. Didn't I ask Ebony Maw to cooperate with you in the study of space battleships? Didn't he teach you how to drive a spaceship? Ebony Maw nearby heard this. I feel that I have been greatly wronged. Quickly explained. Master, since you left yesterday, this Earthling has been groping around the space battleship, and has not started technical research at all. The subordinates believe that this Earthling does not have the ability to complete the tasks you assign. Please give your subordinates 3 years, and your subordinates will be able to deduce the complete blueprint and technology of space battleships and hand them over to you. Ebony Maw said with a loyal face. He's not bragging. Ebony Maw originally accepted as a power user. Also a very knowledgeable alien. There is a certain amount of research on many cosmic scientific knowledge. Although the space battleship was not built by him. But if Fang Bing really give Ebony Maw a few years, he must also be able to fully understand the technology of this space battleship. No, Fang Bing, you believe me, I'm definitely faster than this alien. Iron Man saw someone stealing his job, hastily opened the mouth to forcibly remedy. I'm afraid Fang Bing has changed his mind. He is really not allowed to study space battleships. Fang Bing smiled. Said to Iron Man. Don't worry, I will definitely not break my promise to let you study, but you have to hurry up and stop dawdling, or I will really change people later. Fang Bing is not that stupid. Although Ebony Maw's combat power can hang Iron Man. But talk about IQ and scientific research speed. How could it possibly compare to Iron Man with the blessing of cosmic knowledge? Even if Ebony Maw has a higher starting point. It's Fang Bing who can't wait for him for 3 years. Besides, why did Fang Bing choose one of the two? Obviously these two people are my wage earners, okay? I saw the master speak. Ebony Maw didn't dare to say any more. And Iron Man breathed a sigh of relief. Let go of my heart. Fang Bing's first stop is the moon, because the distance is too close. Hyperdrive cannot be activated, so it took an hour. The spacecraft has just flown near the moon. Fang Bing suddenly remembered at this moment. His own Quinjet is also looking for the alien city of Adelan on the moon. I have been looking for it for a few days, but still can't find it. Then use the scanning system on this space battleship. Can invisible cities on the moon be found? Think here. Fang Bing drove the space battleship near the moon. Turned on the scanning system on the battleship. The result made Fang Bing sigh. Or not. Adelan uses Kree technology. The Kree is also one of the 3 great empires in the universe. The level of technology is also high. The technological level of my own space battleship has not reached the level of crushing the Kree. Even if the shortcut doesn't work, let Quinjet take it easy. The moon is that big, sooner or later it will be found. Fang Bing is no longer entangled. Speed? Up again. Left the moon. Next stop. His goal is the sun. Hyperdrive activated. After driving the space battleship and wandering around the solar system for a few hours. Fang Bing is quite addictive. Calculate the time. If you don't go back, you will miss the evening banquet. At this time, the space battleship has reached the edge of the solar system. Fang Bing was too lazy to drive back, so directly in front of the space battleship. A very large portal is opened. Drive the space battleship directly into the portal. When the space battleship flies out of the portal, we've arrived at Iron Man's beach house. F*K, you portal. You're so awesome, you can open it so big. Iron Man stared blankly with his mouth open. I saw my own villa. Only then did I react. Shouted excitedly towards Fang Bing. Fang Bing ignored him. After parking the space battleship. Open the portal directly and leave. When it reappears. He's in one of the bathrooms in the helicarrier in S.H.I.E.L.D. His figure flickered. Transformed into Iron Man. Iron Man was originally invited to today's reception. Originally with the character of Iron Man. How could such an occasion be missed? But when Fang Bing left the space battleship with him, Iron Man just turned down all activities, so Fang Bing just chose to shapeshift into Iron Man today. Go feed Dr. Banner. Speaking up. This is the first time Fang Bing has used Loki's shapeshifting technique. Become like other humans. Shapeshifting this spell. It's not that you want to change your body into whatever you want. Otherwise, change your mind. There will be 3 heads and 6 arms. Isn't the fighting power soaring in place? Then how could Loki be so weak? This spell is like shapeshifting. It is necessary to have a reference object. For example, Fang Bing turned into an eagle before. It was what he had seen in the sky. When Fang Bing uses shapeshifting, the transformed eagle, it will be exactly the same as the one he has seen. So, even when setting up a stall before, he didn't even bother to use this trick, because thinking that the body will then become someone else's. It made him feel weird, in case it becomes that guy. Only 2 centimeters, didn't you insult yourself? Therefore, he just wears a mask all the time. But today this matter, still more important. Can you break through the full level super physique to the next level? Just tonight. So, Fang Bing decided to make an exception. Transformed into Iron Man, he looked at his expensive suit now. Look at the leather shoes on this foot. This is Fang Bing changed according to Iron Man's previous image on TV. Really, it's quite fan-woo. The previous chapter was banned, so those who can't read it, just wait. Fang Bing walked out of the bathroom cubicle. Stand in front of the mirror. He looked at his face, which was exactly the same as Iron Man's. Learn Iron Man's usual coquettish attitude. Smiled in the mirror. Then he stepped out of the bathroom. Walked straight towards the entertainment hall on the space carrier. Today's reception will be held there. He could already hear the noise and voices coming from there. Trust. Why are you here? Didn't you say that you were too busy to come? Fang Bing just walked to the entrance of the entertainment hall. He heard a charming female voice coming from the front. Don't look. Fang Bing also knew it was Black Widow Natasha Romanoff. A smile tugged at the corner of his mouth. How can this kind of party be without me? Natasha Romanoff didn't suspect anything. Finished saying hello with Fang Bing. They entered the entertainment hall together. At the moment, the entertainment hall is already half full. S.H.I.E.L.D.'s high-level agent and heads of all levels. Representatives of the military and political circles. Hawkeye, Captain America, Chief Bald. They're all here too. The key is, Fang Bing found Dr. Banner's location at a glance. He's 137, drinking with Captain America. Fang Bing took a step and prepared to go up, but did not expect. Be a person in the entertainment hall, when I saw him appear. Soon many people came to him. Take him to drink to reminisce about the old days. Only then did Fang Bing remember. Iron Man, this guy. How popular it is in this kind of place. Power and power are rich in money. Make friends widely. No wonder it wasn't noticed. Fang Bing is starting to regret turning into Iron Man now. I knew it would be someone else. Not so much trouble. Half an hour later. Fang Bing barely managed to deal with these people. Was able to get away. Fang Bing, who is free for now. Start to implement your own plan. He walked over to a table. Picked up 2 glasses of champagne. When turning sideways to block people's sight. Put the wine in one of the glasses, included in the portable space. Instantly use the wine prepared in advance in the portable space. Infused into the empty wine glass. Then came 2 glasses of wine. He walked over to Dr. Banner without any haste. Handed one of the cups to Dr. Banner casually. Banner, what have you been up to lately? Fang Bing took a sip of wine after saying hello. Chatted with Dr. Banner. Dr. Banner has no doubts about him. After receiving the drink from Fang Bing, did not talk a few words. He drank the glass of wine. Huh? Why does this glass of wine taste so good? You brought your own collection. Dr. Banner asked, a little puzzled after drinking. Fang Bing smiled and said he didn't know either. Then I didn't say any more. Soon he pretended to be in a hurry. Left the reception scene. Came to the bathroom again. Opened the portal directly. Leaving the space carrier. When it reappears, we have reached the wilderness no man's land. Just. That's why he left. Because of. He has obtained Dr. Banner's ability list. Now is the harvest time. He hoped. Dr. Banner had better be able to contribute his super physique at once. Otherwise, Fang Bing may give him some black spots later. Although, Fang Bing is unwilling to be the opposite of the world. Put Dr. Banner directly in a prison cell, but if you can't get it this time. He doesn't mind using a psychic scepter. Also implanted in Dr. Banner a habit of eating jelly beans on time every day. Feed him with abominable yellow. The chances of getting a super physique are greatly increased. Fang Bing looked at Dr. Banner's ability list. Dr. Banner, Hulk attack. Special, after being mutated by gamma rays, another personality appeared in his body, allowing him to transform into Hulk, who is infinitely powerful and indestructible, and can be endlessly angry and stronger. Super physique IV9. His physique is extremely powerful, indestructible, and normal weapon attacks have no effect on him. Divine Power IV6, infinitely powerful, 6 times stronger than Asgard's elite fighters. Devil Muscle LV8. His muscle density is extremely high, and his defense is strong, making all the bodybuilders in the world feel ashamed. Melee Combat LV7. His melee combat skills have become extremely superb after long-term training. Geophysics Knowledge IV9. His level of geophysics knowledge has almost reached the pinnacle of this planet. What is the Son of Heaven? Just look at Dr. Banner. This is called the Son of Heaven, both civil and military. Both force and intellect are born at the apex of a planet. And force doesn't even stop at the top of the planet. After the potential burst, put it at the top of the universe. It can be said, Dr. Banner, except it turns green. There are literally no downsides, so, he has the ability to turn green. It was also the last thing Fang Bing wanted. He would rather pull out a devil muscle today. Also don't want to draw Hulk to attack. Who knows after getting this thing? Will there be a Hulk split in the mind? Once transformed, the whole person becomes a Hulk. And when Fang Bing saw the ability of devil muscle again, he just thought of it. This ability, for him at present, it may be more important than that 9-level super physique. Because Fang Bing just got an ability before. Giant Fat LV8. This ability, it makes Fang Bing transform into a big fat man covered in fat. Although ugly. However, physical strength and defense have been improved in an all-round way. Especially physique and strength, directly increased by nearly double. Then, Fang Bing wanted to acquire another ability like giant muscles. Both abilities are turned on together. It may bring unexpected changes to yourself. And now, when Fang Bing saw this devil muscle on the Hulk again, he finally realized, this devil muscle, isn't it the muscle building super ability that I want? Hate Xiao Huang also has this ability, only. Fang Bing drew divine power for the first time. Never cared much about this. And now, Fang Bing is already a must for this devil muscle. Draw. Congratulations on obtaining Super Physique IV9. Fang Bing was a little stunned, but soon relieved. Isn't the original intention of going to the reception by myself this Super Physique? With it, you can upgrade your Super Physique to the next level 1. And what about the devil muscle? Then Fang Bing can only be concerned with what he will do later. Sorry in advance to Dr. Banner, but now, Fang Bing first thing to do. Naturally, the blessing of Odin is turned off. The moment of closing, Fang Bing saw it. The super physique in his ability list, from level 10 to level 9. Then this 9-level super physique, immediately in myself just got off Dr. Banner. The extracted 9-level super physique, integrate upgrade. Congratulations on obtaining super physique LV10. Fang Bing then opened Odin's blessing again. Congratulations, you have obtained master physique LV1. It worked. Breakthrough. After super grade ability upgrade. Sure enough, it will become a master level ability. Although it has long been expected, but when he saw his physique become a master with his own eyes, Fang Bing was still excited inside, because according to the super reaction before, upgrade to master react experience, Fang Bing thinks, my physique should have been greatly enhanced this time. He immediately chose to activate Master Physique V1. Then he smoothly summoned a weapon from the portable space. It was one of the 1800 Ulu metal flying swords he made before. 3 feet long sword. Cold light radiated. The whole body is made of the hardest metal in the universe. Fang Bing held it in his hand, weighed it. It feels a little lighter, not very handy. But he still waved his long sword to his other arm. The long sword didn't even leave a white mark on his arm. It seemed that what had just been cut on Fang Bing's arm was not the Ulu metal long sword, but a breeze. Fang Bing is more satisfied. This hit. He's already using Captain America level power. The Ulu metal long sword did not cause the slightest damage to himself. This made him feel a little confused. Then he put away the long sword directly. A new weapon was recruited from the different space. Peerless Blade. This is currently the sharpest weapon in Fang Bing's hands. The last time Fang Bing had a 10th level physique. Once used it to chop off his own arm. Use Captain America level power. He cut through his own defense. He left a huge wound on himself. And now, Fang Bing wanted to try again, after his physique has been upgraded to the master level. Can it hold this artifact? The right hand holds the Peerless Blade. Left arm outstretched. Fang Bing slashed at his arm again. This time, he didn't start with the strength of ordinary people. Straightforward use of Captain America level power. Because Fang Bing already knew it last time. Ordinary people can't hurt themselves even if they hold the Peerless Blade. Stab. There was a sound of rubbing. It was like a blunt knife on the leather. Fang Bing felt a burning pain in his arm. It was like being whipped hard. Really? When Fang Bing looked at the arm intently. Just found out. A white mark oozing blood was left on the arm. Originally able to Fang Bing arm muscles. A knife that cuts easily. It just scratched his skin a little bit. The defense power has been greatly improved. To know, Captain America's physique is 6 times that of ordinary people. And in terms of strength, it is far more than 6 times that of ordinary people. A car can be lifted with a little effort, but now, Fang Bing used such a huge force. Also holds the artifact Peerless Blade. Still can't break through his own defense. As for the broken skin. For Fang Bing, who has super self-healing ability. Not even a mosquito bite, that is. Now take Fang Bing's current defense. Just stand there and let Captain America play all day. He can't even move, unless he can come up with some black technology props. It is possible to cause harm to yourself. Fang Bing's physical fitness test is not over yet. He raised the Peerless Blade again. He aimed at his own arm and cut it down. This time, he's using twice the Captain America level of power. Probably the level of divine power IV2. Equivalent to the full blow of the goddess SIF. Thorn. The skin and muscles on Fang Bing's arm were cut open. But the Peerless Blade failed to complete everything. Cut off Fang Bing's bones. Instead, it gets stuck in the bone. Fang Bing endured the pain. Pulled out the blade of the boulder. After a second, the wound has fully healed. Now Fang Bing knows. Where is the upper limit of your own defense? But even if Fang Bing is not afraid of pain, stand there and let the SIF goddess of war chop. She couldn't kill herself either. With one blow, he chopped off his own bones. Then it will continue to heal itself. Healing faster than she can swing a knife. So, really want to hurt yourself? Even if SIF holds the Peerless Blade. I'm afraid I can't do it either, for a test of defense. Fang Bing did just that. He didn't want to continue to chop himself with greater strength. Not a masochist. What's more, he knows without testing. With my current 7th level divine power of 25 tons. Holding a boulder blade. One knife down. My hand will definitely be gone. Just cut the muscle. The few seconds of pain made Fang Bing unbearable. If you really cut off your hand, that hurts so much. So forget it. Fang Bing also didn't think about constantly self-torturing. Improve your resistance to pain, as a salted fish. You must have the awareness of salted fish. In the future, we will increase the physical defense to the level where Genesis versus even the great gods can't cut it. Isn't it okay? Why do you torture yourself? It was so bloody. Wouldn't it be nice to lie flat and enjoy life? After testing the bonus of master physique to defense, Fang Bing didn't leave here, because he felt that his strength should have also improved. Because of physical improvement, it is often a comprehensive increase effect on the body. Improving defense is just the most important point of it. Not the only point. Others he is not prepared to test. Just wanted to try it. How many tons does your own strength have now? 7th level of divine power before, so that he has a pushing force of 25 tons. And a driving force of 70 tons, and now. Although his 7th level divine power has not yet been upgraded. But his strength must be beyond the bounds. Fang Bing directly pressed his hand to the ground. Initiated a material conversion, in a minute. Large metal weights are manufactured, the smallest piece is 25 tons. The remaining 2 pieces are 30 tons and 35 tons respectively. He didn't want to test so detailed today, because he has other things to do later. So it's just a simple test. Fang Bing stretched out his hand. 25 tons of metal weights were grabbed, lifted up easily. Then another 35 tons of metal weights were seized. Some strenuous. At last, he just grabbed the 30-ton metal weight in the middle. This time it feels just right. Lift it up easily. He shook his hands. Throw it and fly out. That's right. The power has increased by around 5 tons. Already good. After all, it has improved by a full 5th on the original basis. If Fang Bing at the moment used giant fat transformation, then his strength may directly reach about 55 tons. But Fang Bing is too lazy to look at his fat head and big ears now. So this is all tested. He took out his phone and checked the time. Less than half an hour had passed since leaving the reception. At the moment, Dr. Banner is still at the reception? Not yet. It was estimated that it would be several hours before he left the reception and went home. Have to wait. Then, Fang Bing decided to ride these hours. Go do one more important thing, precisely. It's a very, very important thing. Exploring the crater again. Keep searching for celestial cubs, as long as the celestial cubs are found. He will have a real chance to gain weight, so. This is for Fang Bing. It is definitely impossible to give up. Now my physique has improved again. Definitely going to try it again. Even if you can't find it, you can also increase your own exploration progress. After. Fang Bing first found the metal weight that had just been thrown out. Turned it back into dirt with matter conversion. Only then did he stretch out his hand. Portal opened. The magma surged out. The flat-headed brother who was hiding near Fang Bing was so frightened that he ran away with a whimper. So it also has something to be afraid of. Fang Bing chuckled. Put away the sundries on your body. Stepped into the portal against the magma. After going out from the portal, Fang Bing came again. Where you left off last time. This is a place as deep as 2,000 kilometers underground. There is raging magma everywhere. It was crowded around Fang Bing's body. When I left last time, it was because the body was continuously scalded by the 3,000-degree magma here. So I had to leave, and this time Fang Bing came in. It really felt different from last time. Physical fitness has improved. The defense has been strengthened. It felt like the magma that scalded him last time. It's not as hot as before, although it still feels like soaking in hot water. But he didn't get burned to the point of breaking his defense. Fang Bing settled down. God. Swim down. Original. The crater at the top of this magma channel is not too big. It is also a crater tens of meters wide, but Fang Bing found out. He went further downstream. The magma channel gradually became wider. It is now 2,000 kilometers underground. The magma channel already feels hundreds of meters wide. Fang Bing is among them. It's like being in a magma lake. Nothing but a bottomless one. A magma lake that goes straight to the center of the earth. 2,200 kilometers, 2,500 kilometers, 2,700 kilometers. As Fang Bing goes deeper and deeper, getting closer and closer to the center of the earth. The magma below is also getting hotter. Fang Bing gradually felt discomfort. Feel. Feel as if you were in a hot bath. Someone was slowly adding boiling water to his bathtub. Until he came to a depth of 3,000 kilometers, surrounding magma channels. Already 200 to 300 meters wide, and the temperature. It even started to burn Fang Bing's flesh continuously. Burn. Piping hot. The constant pain of being scalded. And keep being healed. Immediately after being cured, he was scalded again. This pain. It was 100 times more uncomfortable than Fang Bing cutting himself with a knife just now. Fang Bing felt that he couldn't stand it anymore. The temperature here, Fang Bing, is unpredictable. Because any thermometer is useless in this heat. But by feeling, Fang Bing can probably figure it out. The magma temperature here, it has almost reached 4,000 degrees. The temperature of the Earth's core is as high as 6,000 degrees. Fang Bing further down, you can only add pain to yourself. I definitely can't carry it. So, Fang Bing decided. That's it for today. Come back next time to continue exploring. He opened the portal. Lava surged out. Fang Bing also walked out. The other end of the portal is directly connected to the sky above the lake in no man's land. So the magma rushing out from the portal didn't cause any damage. It just rolled the lake water hot. After Fang Bing closed the portal. Put on clothes, he took out his phone and checked the time. Since he left the reception, 5 hours have passed. It was already 2 o'clock in the middle of the night. Fang Bing uses quantum sensing, probe remotely. No one else was found near Dr. Banner. That's how it changed. Turned into a small mosquito. Used invisibility magic on himself again. Only then did he use the mosquito's foot to open a 1 centimeter wide portal. Flew in. When he flew out of the portal. Already outside Dr. Banner's house. Do not open the door directly to Dr. Banner. It's because he's still not asleep at the moment. Although Dr. Banner can't see the invisible mosquito. But it doesn't mean that he can't see the orange glowing portal. This spell is so iconic, if seen by Dr. Banner. That's not sure what the variables are. That's why Fang Bing held his hand. He hovers outside Dr. Banner's house. Quietly listen to the movement in the house. Dr. Banner's snoring is heard. Fang Bing just started to act. Although it is only a mosquito now. But Fang Bing didn't intend to find a way to slip in. Turning into a mosquito is just to prevent the portal from being too big to be noticed. He slammed straight into the wall. The moment it touches the wall. He was completely integrated into the wall, through the past. That's right. What Fang Bing is using now is his wall-penetrating super ability. Cross. This is the first time that Fang Bing uses time travel and invisibility to do bad things at the same time. He had thought about it before. Maybe this first time will be reserved for a little beauty. But now it's used on Dr. Banner, a big man who picks his feet. After a while, Fang Bing can come to Dr. Banner's bed. Hey, the plan has officially started. Standing next to Dr. Banner's bed, Fang Bing changed back to human form. But still in stealth, I looked at the bed and smelled of alcohol. Dr. Banner sleeping soundly. Fang Bing smiled. A psychic scepter was recruited from the portable space. Lightly tapped on Dr. Banner. After 2 seconds. I took back the scepter again. Finished. Banner already has a little habit. Then. Fang Bing from the portable space. A beautifully packaged sugar bowl was recruited. There are thousands of little jelly beans inside. Fang Bing put it on Dr. Banner's dining table. Then drives stealth and travel. Come out through the wall. Drifts away from Dr. Banner's house. Fang Bing doesn't need to take care of the rest. Dr. Banner's subconscious has been slightly modified by the mind gem. From now on. Every day at mealtime. Then subconsciously eat a jelly bean. Gloriously became the wage earner of Fang Bing. Original. Fang Bing didn't want to do that. But who made Dr. Banner have devil muscles? What about this ability that he especially needs? Moreover, eat a few more jelly beans every day. Doesn't affect Dr. Banner's normal life, does it? Shouldn't affect it. Fang Bing opened the portal and went home. Lying in bed. Sleepless. Because he misses baby Sky. Count with your fingers. It has been 2 months since Sky went to Kamar Taj. Why haven't you learned the portal yet? Didn't you say that you will come back after learning the portal? Could it be that the qualifications are too poor? So much so that I haven't learned the basic spell of portal for 2 months? But this thing. Not everyone wears a sling ring. All you need is magic energy. Basic spells that can be learned quickly? Isn't it enough to have hands? Fang Bing can still remember. When Dr. Strange went to Kamar Taj, it was like being dropped to the top of the Himalayas the next day. Did you learn the portal on the day you were forced? Could it be? Sky was also thrown into the snow mountain by Ancient One. The result did not learn. Frozen into a popsicle? Fang Bing thought wildly. But his portal can't open into Kamar Taj. Can't get in touch with Ancient One either. Not sure what exactly happened. No. Can't wait. Fang Bing sat up. Start thinking. How to contact Ancient One. How to enter Kamar Taj. Anyway, we have to figure it out. What the hell happened to Sky? She is safe now. Fang Bing thought for a while. Reminds me of Doctor Strange's entry into Kamar Taj. He entered from Kathmandu. Although Fang Bing didn't know if he could get in there too. But decided to try his luck. Stand up. Fang Bing opened the portal. Walked in. When I come out again, it is hundreds of kilometers away from Kathmandu. At the moment he is several thousand meters high. Because of this place, it was when he traveled around the world before. Just passed by. I recognized the direction. Fang Bing flew towards Kathmandu, because the time zone is different. It's late at night in New York, it is morning here. Hundreds of kilometers away. Fang Bing flew there in just a few minutes. Over to Kathmandu. Fang Bing did not land. Instead, it directly turned on invisibility, then start in Kathmandu. Look for traces of Kamar Taj, with his supervision and hearing. Even flying at an altitude of 100 meters, the movement within a few miles below. It's all under control. After a few laps for Kathmandu, Fang Bing only saw the bustling crowd in the market. But the magician of Kamar Taj was not found at all. Or the entrance to Kamar Taj, for this result. Fang Bing is no surprise. Kamar Taj exists in a different dimension. Entrance or something. Neither are actual portals. It was impossible to go in by myself. Came here just to try my luck. See if the blind cat can meet the dead mouse. Maybe find a magician with Kamar Taj out to buy groceries. You can inquire about Sky's situation, but obviously. No success. Fang Bing guessed. The magician of Kamar Taj can open portals. Maybe Kathmandu this place. It is not their fixed purchasing location, so. Where else can Kamar Taj's magician be found? Fang Bing stood in midair. Think hard. Kamar Taj magician holy place. Defend the earth. 3. Great holy place. Correct. Fang Bing remembered. There is a place. As long as you can get in, just be sure to meet Kamar Taj's magician. That is Kamar Taj for the protection of the earth. 3 holy places set on earth. They are located in 3 cities on the earth. New York, London, Hong Kong. There is a magician from Kamar Taj on duty all year round. And more importantly, Fang Bing remembers. The holy place is not in a different space. It is a building that is actually located in the city. Just find the place. Ordinary people can see it. Only. Now the key question is, Fang Bing doesn't know the address of the holy place. Whether it's New York or London, Hong Kong, all are international metropolises. How to find it? Correct. Fang Bing remembered. Although he doesn't know the address number, but he still remembers the appearance of holy place in New York. There is a circular skylight on the top of the holy place. The features are unique. Then you just need to find this building with a round skylight. Didn't you find the holy place in New York? Think here. Fang Bing opened the portal in the air, drilled in. When coming out of the portal, already over New York. Subsequently, Fang Bing began to fly extremely fast over New York. While flying. While searching down for a building that matches his memory. New York is big, but Fang Bing flies fast enough. But he can't fly at full speed either. He can reach a speed of 5,000 kilometers per hour at full speed flight. That's too fast. Even his supervision. It is also impossible to accurately identify each building. But, after his test, find yourself at double the speed of sound. It can be done, while flying at high speed. Every building on the ground can be seen clearly. Then, the long search began. Fang Bing started district by district. From north to south. Search one by one. Fine. He's lucky. 2 hours later, he noticed the building with the round skylight. Landed on the ground. Stand in front of this building. Take a closer look. This is a corner building. It looked exactly like the holy place in New York he remembered. Especially the skylight carved with mysterious patterns on the top of the building. Let Fang Bing confirm it. This is New York holy place. He looked at the house number. 177A Bleecker Street, Manhattan. Step forward. Knocked on the closed door. Boom boom boom. Boom boom boom. Fang Bing knocked for a few minutes. But no one came to open the door. Fang Bing looked at the sky. It's already dawn. Is the left-behind magician here still awake? It's not right. They all meditate instead of sleeping. Then, Fang Bing continued to knock on the door persistently. Half an hour later, the door opened. Backquote, aren't your hands tired? The door was opened by a slender man in plain clothes. Fang Bing took a look. I recognized it. This man is Caecilius, one of the disciples of Ancient One, also a traitor to the future Kamar Taj. In order to obtain the energy of the dark dimension, take refuge with Dormammu. A magic summoning circle was laid. Caused Mephisto Dormammu to descend on Earth. Definitely. Him now. It should be just an ordinary magician. As for whether you have hooked up with Dormammu now, Fang Bing doesn't know. But Fang Bing came here today. Not to help Kamar Taj catch traitors, but to inquire about Sky's whereabouts. Hi. I'm Sky's boyfriend, and I want to know about Sky's current situation. Fang Bing said politely, but what he didn't expect was. When he finished, Caecilius gave him a sideways look. A little impatiently said, "What Sky? You are in the wrong place, I don't know who Sky is." Fang Bing's heart skipped a beat. I feel a little bad. It will no longer go around in circles, he said straightforwardly. Ancient One personally brought her to Kamar Taj, and said that he would accept her as a disciple. As a disciple of Ancient One, how could you not know? Caecilius was a little confused. This week it's his turn to be on duty at the holy place in New York. He was just meditating, but there was a knock on the door. I didn't intend to pay attention to it, because of being approached by ordinary people. It also happens every now and then. Usually just pretend there's no one there. Ordinary people can't get in anyway. The doors and windows of this building have protective spells. Petty thief. Can't open the doors and windows either. But he didn't expect it. This time the person outside. It takes more than half an hour to knock. He couldn't even concentrate while meditating. So just open the door. Ready to send this ordinary person away. But at this moment, he just understood. This person in front of me. Obviously not some ignorant passerby who had found the wrong door. Instead, it was directed at Kamar Taj. Otherwise, how can ordinary people know about Ancient One and Kamar Taj? Even this person. He also knows that he is a disciple of Ancient One. But there is also something wrong. The man in front of him. Say your master sorcerer supreme Ancient One skill. Brought his girlfriend to practice magic in Kamar Taj. Then why have I never heard of the name Sky? I have never heard that I have an extra junior sister? Caecilius is one of the direct disciples of Ancient One. Although in many senior brothers, the ranking is not high. But he didn't think that if Ancient One really took in another junior sister, he will not know. So, he judged immediately. The man in front of him had other plans for Kamar Taj. Who the hell are you? What do you want to do? The location of Holy Place in New York is remote. It was just dawn at this moment. The streets were deserted. Caecilius directly reached out and drew out the magic weapon. Made a fighting stance. Ask Fang Bing. Fang Bing was angry. Sky at home. Such a big living person. Let you Kamar Taj take away. It's fine if there's no news for 2 months. Now it's okay to come to the door and ask yourself? Still want to do it. But Fang Bing considered that this was the site of Ancient One after all. Also did not get angry. Holding back his anger, he said, since you don't know, let Ancient One be informed and let her come to see me. Caecilius heard this. Disdain in my heart. The Ancient One is the Earth Sorcerer Supreme. Herself is her disciple. Usually it is not easy for him to see. Is it that ordinary people can see it casually? Sorcerer Supreme won't see you. If you don't leave, you will bear the consequences. Caecilius said to Fang Bing in a cold voice. Then let me see the strength of your Kamar Taj magicians. Fang Bing was furious, instead calmed down. Faintly waved to Caecilius. Caecilius usually acts as the magician of Kamar Taj. Respected. Even in some down and out countries. Others worship them as gods. How could he stand such a provocation? The right hand holds a dagger. With a wave of his left hand. Another whip with orange-red light appeared in his hand. Then waved his hand back. Then he rolled towards Fang Bing with a whip. The rules of Kamar Taj. They should not be allowed to kill innocent people indiscriminately. So, he just wants to tie Fang Bing up now. Lesson learned. Then check again. What is the identity of this person? Fang Bing was waiting for this moment. Waiting for the other party to make the first move. In this case, it is logical to beat him hard. Even if you see Ancient One later, I also account for reason. Fang Bing looked at the magic whip Caecilius hit. Reach out. He successfully grasped it in his hand. He didn't care about the burning sensation from the whip at all. Instantly pull back. Then he dragged Caecilius a somersault. Subsequently, immediately stepped forward. Facing him a crackling output. It didn't take 2 seconds. Then he beat his nose and face swollen, like a pighead. Caecilius was stunned. It's not that Caecilius is weak. He acts as a magician. The magician ability is still good. The spell whip just used is Kamar Taj's medium-level spell. It's called Yuanheng Whip. The power and function can be considered relatively strong. But it only made Fang Bing feel the scorching heat. No harm was done to Fang Bing at all. This is because Fang Bing's defense is already too high. This grade of spells can't hurt him anymore. And, just like blasting Ebony Ma before, Fang Bing is a berserker with extreme speed. Playing magician is still very advantageous. Especially when the other party despises oneself. By surprise. Basically one hit and one accurate. Definitely. That's not to say Kamar Taj's magician has a weak physique, either. Kamar Taj's magician usually fights in a melee way as well. So the physique is much stronger than the average person. Pharaoh relies on close combat. He could even fight back and forth with Hate Xiao Huang in the octagonal cage. But Fang Bing's physique has already surpassed the hatred of Xiao Huang by a lot. And Caecilius in front of him. In fact, it is not considered the strongest among Kamar Taj. Although I haven't played against Kamar Taj other magicians yet. But Fang Bing feels Kamar Taj is in addition to Ancient One, the Sorcerer Supreme. A magician who can fight against his current self. Probably not many. After all, Megatron the people of the multi-universe. It is the Sorcerer Supreme Ancient One, not Kamar Taj this place. In contrary, Kamar Taj this place, just Ancient One. In order to help myself share the pressure, just build power. Fight against the big bosses of Dimension Mephisto. Kamar Taj and other magicians were actually powerless to fight back. Can't help it all. Confront Mephisto. What they can do. Just to help Ancient One maintain the defensive circle formed by the three holy places of the earth. Just fight against the miscellaneous soldiers under the big boss. Directly to the upper dimension Mephisto. I'm afraid it's over if we meet. So, Fang Bing decided, if I don't see Sky today, just go straight to Kamar Taj, then feed the magicians of Kamar Taj one by one. He dared to do it. Naturally, there is something to rely on. Now that Ancient One said it. To train Sky to succeed Sorcerer Supreme. Then Fang Bing didn't believe it. In the case that he didn't start killing. Ancient One would really dare to be against himself. Otherwise, at that time Sky became Sorcerer Supreme. Know the truth. It would be strange not to directly seek refuge in the dimension Mephisto to avenge herself. So, Fang Bing has the bottom of his heart. Take a step forward. He pinched it and was punched hundreds of times by himself. Without Caecilius who rebelled against ability. He opened his mouth forcibly. Take a bunch of casually made poop-like things. Stuffed into his mouth. And skillfully pulled out the vibranium stick. Ready to stab him straight in the stomach. Although Caecilius has been beaten unconscious. But he still did not want to suffer such a shame. Especially. While he still felt it. What was stuffed in was a pile of crap. Struggled violently. Even stabbed half of the vibranium stick in one bite. Broken some front teeth. But how could he match Fang Bing's enormous strength? His struggles didn't make Fang Bing's fingers twitch. Puff. Fang Bing exerted a little force, poked in. Because it feels like this vibranium stick stabbed too many people. Not clean anymore. Fang Bing didn't pull it out of his mouth again. The material transformation was directly initiated. Convert it to water. Gives Caecilius another slobber. Ding. The system mechanical prompt sounded. Fang Bing successfully obtained Caecilius' ability list. But he didn't look at it first. Instead, he slapped Caecilius unconscious. Carry him. Walked into the gate of Holy Place in New York. After going in, the internal environment was exactly as Fang Bing remembered. There are only 2 floors inside. They are connected by a grand staircase. Fang Bing is ready to go around. See if there is a teleportation circle here that leads directly to Kamar Taj. But he didn't wait for him to take a few steps. A portal appears on the Holy Place stairs. Out of it came a magician. I saw that he was carrying Caecilius, who was alive or dead, in his hand. Without further ado, he rushed directly at him. He stretched out his hand and summoned all kinds of magical weapons of light out of thin air. He shot towards Fang Bing in the air. Fang Bing just wanted to escape. His feet began to collapse in an instant. It was as if a swamp had appeared on the ground. Restricted his movement. Fang Bing pressed hard. Then he broke free from the spell shackles under his feet. But those magic weapons, it also flew to Fang Bing. Thorn. Fang Bing had just ascended to the body of a master physique. Broken defense. Cut open, and that magician. At this time, he had already rushed in front of Fang Bing. Wields a magic sword. He reached out and stabbed at Fang Bing. But all this is in vain. Fang Bing reached out to the freshly cut wound. It recovered instantly, in the next moment of breaking free from the shackles. Launched super speed. A punch landed on the bridge of the magician's nose. Knock him out. A bucket-thick electric current followed closely behind. Continuously shocked the magician's body. It directly interrupted the spell he was about to release in midair. The next moment, Fang Bing's psychokinesis launched. Will be shocked until the magician trembles, instantly dragged back to Fang Bing's hand. He was directly pinched by the neck. Fang Bing didn't kill him. It's just that the electric current output is continuously maintained in the hand. The magician who has been electrified cannot control his body. Can't concentrate either. No spells can be cast. Even more unable to break free from Fang Bing's palm. After finishing this set of self-created combos, Fang Bing has temporarily controlled this formidable opponent. Then, he didn't care about 3721. Opened his mouth directly. Do what you just did to Caecilius. Came to this magician again. Then the electric shocks stopped. Allow him to open his mouth to speak. Modu magician, right? Don't struggle, or it will be bad if you accidentally pinch your neck. Tell me, where is Sky? Yes. When the magician first appeared, Fang Bing recognized it. It is the eldest disciple of Ancient One. Mordo magician. Also known as Baron Mordo. Because of dissatisfaction with Ancient One absorbing dark energy. Then he became a big villain. Blacken it. Definitely. Him now. It should still be a big magician who is dedicated to protecting the earth. Fang Bing didn't wait for Lai Modu's answer, because Modu took advantage of Fang Bing to stop the electric shock. Fingers made a magic decision. Disappeared directly from Fang Bing's hands. Subsequently, inside the whole holy place, upstairs and downstairs, countless Modu magicians appeared. Chi asked Fang Bing. Who are you? What did you do to Caecilius? What did you just feed me? Baron Mordo is suffering. Today it's his turn to switch shifts with Caecilius at Holy Place in New York. Has always been rigid, but he is very hardworking. Opened the portal early in the morning. Came to New York Holy Place. Prepare to switch shifts with Caecilius, but never thought about it. Just got out of the portal. I saw a strange man, appeared in the holy place. In his hand, he still carried Caecilius, who was dead or alive. Him is the big brother of Kamar Taj. What should we do in the face of this situation? Definitely go straight up and do it, then. The scene of being force-fed just now happened. It should be. With Modu Magician's magic power, it is not so easy to be subdued by Fang Bing. He acts as the big brother Kamar Taj, proficient in various spells. Super powerful. Fang Bing dealt with him seriously. It's not easy, but he was wrong. Just shouldn't be in melee with Fang Bing. Caught off guard. Only then was Fang Bing's set of combos beaten and controlled. Definitely it's not his fault either. Who made Kamar Taj originally a lair of melee magicians? The magician of Kamar Taj, when just getting started. Finished learning the portal. You will start to learn magic weapons. Because the difficulty of practicing magic weapons is lower than that of portals. And it can quickly form combat effectiveness. This would have been a good thing, but it made Kamar Taj a lot of magicians. Developed a bad habit of liking close combat. Obviously, you can directly kill your opponent remotely. But he rushed up like a fool, although, in general, this is how they fight. There's nothing wrong with that. But when he suddenly met Fang Bing, who possessed extreme speed, super strong in close combat, and a variety of opponents. Just happened that situation. It is also very normal. Now, Modu Magician regretted it extremely. Why did I rush forward recklessly just now? It caused me to accidentally look at it. He was also fed a mouthful of something unknown. Although Modu Magician doesn't know what he is eating. But even fools know it. That's definitely not a good thing. Maybe it's something poisonous or dangerous, so. He was also very disturbed at the moment. All he wanted was to take down the man in front of him. Interrogate him to find out what he ate. In a small space in the holy place. At the moment, at least hundreds of magicians are crowded. Shouting at Fang Bing together. The noise made his ears ringing. Fang Bing sees this situation. He didn't act rashly anymore. Feeding also fed. Let's ask about Sky's news from Mordo Magician. Is the most important. After all, Fang Bing knows. He is the big brother of Kamar Taj. That frustrated magician just now didn't know about Sky's situation. Then Modu Magician must know, right? So he repeated what he had just asked Caecilius. I asked Modu Magician again. Who are you talking about? Sky, or a girl? Taken to Kamar Taj by Sorcerer Supreme. I've never seen this person in Kamar Taj. Baron Mordo listened to Fang Bing's words, also gave the same answer. Fang Bing's claws were numb. Even Kamar Taj's big brother didn't know Sky went to Kamar Taj. Was Nasky really taken to Kamar Taj by Ancient One? You won't be deceived by that old witch from Ancient One, will you? No. Be sure to ask Ancient One for clarification. Where is Ancient One? She took Sky away in person. Take me to see her. Mordo Magician definitely disagrees. I don't even believe the words of this person who broke into the holy place without permission. And he had met the Ancient One Magician since 2 months ago. I haven't seen the Ancient One Magician again in the past 2 months. Because the area where the Ancient One Magician lived, without her permission, no one can enter. Not even him, Kamar Taj's big brother, so. Nothing important. It is impossible for him to bother the Ancient One Magician. So. Even if what the man in front of him said is true. Even if he was just looking for someone. Then take it down and talk about it. Then Mordo Magician didn't answer. It directly launched an attack on Fang Bing. There are countless Modu magicians in the Holy Place Hall. All waved. Countless deep red whips, locked on Fang Bing. Go toward him. Fang Bing saw this scene. A little familiar. Isn't this the same trick Doctor Strange used to beat Thanos on Titan? Have you enjoyed the Thanos treatment yourself? But Fang Bing couldn't help but think wildly. Countless abyssal red whips have already arrived. Fang Bing didn't want to try to break free after being tied up. He instantly activated the invisibility technique and the super ability to travel through. Instantly sank to the floor. Travel through this super ability. It can pass through matter. So, not just through walls. Where the floor. No problem at all, after dodging the blow. Fang Bing knows. We can only subdue Modu Magician first and then talk about other things. He activated super hearing. Try to listen to the heartbeat. It is judged that it is inside the holy place above. So many duplications. Which one is the real body of Modu Magician? But the result surprised Fang Bing, because every duplication, there is the sound of heartbeat and blood flow. This means Modu Magician has cast the spell of the shape of icon. Practiced to an extremely advanced level. Make duplication have entities. So how to detect this spell? Fang Bing had a headache. When Thanos broke the magician spell, with the power of Soul Gem. Duplication is even more similar to the main body. But the biggest gap between them and the ontology. Always they have no soul. That's why Thanos can easily break the duplication spell. But Fang Bing doesn't have Soul Gem in hand at the moment. Can't use this trick. So, after thinking about it, Fang Bing quickly decided, since it cannot be seen through. Then don't distinguish which is duplication and which is ontology. Let's do it together. Fang Bing did not go out from the ground. His time travel can last 10 minutes. Invisibility is always on. So within 10 minutes, if Mordo Magician can't find where he is, then he can only be beaten, with a thought. Fang Bing launched the call for wind and rain. In the Holy Place Hall, dark clouds appeared out of thin air. Thunder and lightning. Moments later, dozens of small thunderstorm tornadoes descended. Crackling raged everything in the hall. Duplications of Mordo Magician. Quickly Chi-Chi picked up the Faju, summoned Spell Shield. Want to fend off these sudden thunderstorm tornadoes. Then, just when Fang Bing was about to rub against Modu Magician's duplication, he was overwhelmed. Take the lead and give them a group electric current impact. All the thunderstorm tornadoes in the hall suddenly disappeared. As if it had never been there, a figure came down the stairs. He looked at the direction where Fang Bing was. Come out. Fang Bing heard this. Fly up from the ground. Invisibility removed, because, he knows. It was the Ancient One Magician who came. See the Ancient One Magician appear. Mordo Magician also withdrew the duplication. He quietly stood behind her. Not a word was said. Because he knows. Sorcerer Supreme who controls the Eye of Agamotto. Almost omniscient. There was no need for him to explain what happened. But this time, he was wrong. The Ancient One Magician had no idea that Fang Bing had come to the holy place in New York. She just sensed it suddenly. New York holy place imploded. Huge energy was released. Just take a look. It turned out that Fang Bing was fighting with Modu Magician. Don't stop yourself. This New York holy place will soon be in ruins. So just got here. Just used the space transfer spell. Moved the thunderstorm tornado created by Fang Bing directly outside the earth. But the Ancient One Magician roughly guessed what Fang Bing was here for. She was a little helpless, but also without talking to Fang Bing first. Instead, come forward. He walked to Caecilius, who was knocked unconscious by Fang Bing on the floor. Squeezed a healing method against him. Restored Caecilius, who was bruised and swollen like a pig's head. Woke him up. Be there all the time. Fang Bing quietly watched Ancient One's actions. At this time, he asked, "It's been 2 months since you took Sky away when you said you were going to make her #% at." Fang Bing didn't finish his sentence. Just found out. I have already left New York Holy Place, standing on a snow mountain with Ancient One Magician. But Mordo Magician and Caecilius did not follow. Fang Bing froze for a moment. Can't figure out what Ancient One is thinking. Why bring yourself here? I can't understand it even more. Ancient One didn't even open the portal. How did you bring yourself here? Hastily flipped through the list of Ancient One's abilities obtained earlier. Until I turned to a spell called Space Transfer. Only then did I understand what Ancient One had just done. I probably understand it too. Why does my own thunderstorm tornado suddenly disappear? Skies matter, we can't let the two of them hear it, especially Caecilius. Ancient One looks into the distance, said lightly. Fang Bing frowned. There are several turns in the head. Only then did I roughly understand the meaning of Ancient One. Really. He heard Ancient One continue to explain. The two of them were originally the training of the next Sorcerer Supreme. Ding. Ancient One's words confirmed Fang Bing's guess. I also understand. Why did she take herself away from the holy place just now? Because Ancient One with Time Gem already knew what would happen next. She knew that the surgeon took over the Sorcerer Supreme. After becoming Doctor Strange, what will happen? I also know these two disciples of hers, Mordo Magician and Caecilius, will be villains in the future. And will face off with Doctor Strange, definitely. She also saw it earlier. The original Doctor Strange would not be hurt by these two at all. They will only serve as a whetstone for the next Sorcerer Supreme. But everything is different now. The one who succeeded Sorcerer Supreme became Sky. And because of Fang Bing. As a result, Ancient One couldn't see too clearly about Sky's future. So, she doesn't know. Will Sky become Sorcerer Supreme smoothly? Do not know either. Will Sky be killed before becoming Sorcerer Supreme? Ancient One was previously only from the future foreseen by the Time Gem. Saw Sky came to Kamar Taj. That's why I guessed. It was Sky who replaced the surgeon. In the future, he will become the most 557 magician. But this is just her guess. So in order to protect Sky to become Sorcerer Supreme smoothly. In order for Sky to grow up before. Do not cross paths with these future villains. She chooses. Cut off Sky from the other magicians of Kamar Taj. There was only one person left who she absolutely trusted. Sky can be reached. That is the librarian Wong Magician. Because of all the future that Ancient One sees. Lao Wong will always be a good man on the side of justice. So, Ancient One left the holy place with Fang Bing. Fang Bing was prevented from speaking about Sky in front of the two of them. Fang Bing heard this. I also understand. Why hasn't Sky learned the portal in the past 2 months? It turned out that it was Ancient One's fault. The reason is, afraid that she would run out and encounter danger before protecting ability herself. I'm also afraid that she will always come back to find me. Delayed practice. For this practice of Ancient One. In fact, Fang Bing doesn't have much opinion. Sky is under the protection of the Ancient One. Is absolutely safe. What's more, Ancient One did this. It is also for Sky to quickly improve his strength. In this dangerous world, strength means everything. Means life and death. It means whether you can live with dignity. If only Ancient One could do what it did to Sky. Cultivate yourself in the same way. Then Fang Bing had to laugh out loud in his dreams. Just what Ancient One did. There is one thing that makes Fang Bing very opinionated. Why do you think she won't practice well when she returns home? If you lie to her like this now, maybe she will practice more slowly. Ancient One heard the words, glanced at Fang Bing. Are you sure when she goes back and finds that there is a future Scarlet Witch at home, it will help her practice? Fang Bing coughed twice in embarrassment. He didn't expect the old witch, Ancient One. All took Sky. Also so concerned about their own home. Ahem, as the saying goes, there is pressure to be motivated. Maybe she will work harder when she sees Scarlet Witch when she goes back. Ancient One ignored Fang Bing. Sighed. Don't worry, Sky is indeed very capable, no worse than Stephen Strange. She has basically mastered Kamar Taj's basic spells, and she has even mastered the mirror space of the final level 1 set for her. Understand half of it. When she fully comprehends the mirror space, even if I don't teach her about the portal, she can comprehend it by herself. Fang Bing listened to Ancient One's words. I was also surprised. Is Sky really that powerful? It's only been 2 months. Already started to practice mirror space? Also learned most of the Kamar Taj spell? Newbie. Hear this. Fang Bing felt more at ease. But he still has some doubts in his heart. I want to find an answer from Ancient One. Sorcerer Supreme, since you know that these two people will become a disaster in the future, why don't you get rid of them now? Also, will you really die in the future? Ancient One first took a deep look at Fang Bing. Then he opened his mouth slowly. If you kill them, other people will jump out to replace them, and the timeline will be disturbed, making the future more complicated and dangerous. I won't die. Fang Bing secretly thought it was true. He felt he had finally touched an important truth. But soon he had even greater doubts. Since you won't die, why pass Sorcerer Supreme to Sky? Is it really just for early retirement? Fang Bing said this. I am happy. How is this possible? Ancient One faked his death as Sorcerer Supreme. Just for retirement? It's so bullshit. But then he saw it. The Ancient One magician nodded. Fang Bing was stunned for a moment. What the hell? Is Ancient One really just for retirement? Impossible. Absolutely impossible. She must have lied. Both served as Sorcerer Supreme for thousands of years. Megatron multi-universe, since it won't die. Then how could it be said to run away? Fang Bing suddenly had a flash of inspiration. A possibility came to mind. He stood up straight. With a serious face, he said in an affirmative tone, is it related to your absorption of energy from the dark dimension? Fang Bing just finished speaking. It was Ancient One's turn to be stunned. Although she knew that Fang Bing had traveled from a special world. And it seems that he has a certain understanding of the future of this world. But she never expected it. Fang Bing knows her biggest secret. If it weren't for the fact that she was on the side of justice in her heart. If it wasn't for the fact that Fang Bing and Sky were too close. She definitely can't let Fang Bing leave safely today. But Ancient One felt that since he knew everything. Also relieved. He nodded and said, Dormammu is coming again, this time I can't resist it anymore. Fang Bing only groaned in his heart. He really guessed right. He also successfully said out the words of Ancient One. Turn out to be the reason why Ancient One will choose the successor of Sorcerer Supreme now. Not because she knew she was going to die, it's because she wants to protect the Earth. Absorb the energy of the dark dimension for a long time. Use this to practice dark magic. This matches the white magic of the Book of Emperor Weishan. Made her very powerful for a time. Prestige overwhelms the multi-universe. It has also repeatedly repelled the invasion of the dark dimension Mephisto Dormammu. But because of the particularity of dark energy, now the dark energy in her body is too strong. So powerful that she couldn't fully control it. This leads to, she was unable to face Mephisto Dormammu of the dark dimension again. Because of her dark energy, Ben was stolen from the dark dimension. And Dormammu, it is the god of the dark dimension. He is the absolute master of the dark dimension. Before, when the dark energy in her body was not too strong. When fully in control, she can also use it against Dormammu. But now, when the Ancient One, unable to fully control the dark energy, faced Dormammu again. Only Dormammu will take the opportunity to draw the dark energy in her body. Assimilated into one of Dormammu's vassals, so. She just stepped down as Sorcerer Supreme. It is necessary to train a new Sorcerer Supreme. Take her place. Fight against the coming Mephisto Dormammu. Fang Bing's anger rose instantly. It turns out that the old witch, Ancient One, trained Sky to become Sorcerer Supreme. To make her fight Mephisto Dormammu, Ancient One, I'm taking Sky away now. You don't want her to fight Dormammu, you want her to die. If you can beat Ancient One. Fang Bing must have smashed Ancient One's face with a punch at this moment. He had always thought so. Ancient One takes Sky away. It's good to have her as Sorcerer Supreme, but did not expect. It was for such a thing. Where are you taking her? Escape from Earth? If Dormammu consumes Earth, you will no longer be safe wherever you flee. Fang Bing smiled disdainfully. He felt that Ancient One was bluffing. I now have a space battleship. Relying on one's own combat power. Just don't initiate trouble. Where can I escape with my own people and can't continue to live? I know you got the flight device and can escape to the depths of the universe, but there is one thing you may not understand. The universe is so big, why does Dormammu have to erode the Earth? If it swallows the Earth's interior, the celestial family will appear soon. All living planets in this universe will eventually suffer extinction. At that time, unless you can escape this universe and go to other parallel universes, otherwise. Fang Bing was stunned, but he also immediately believed Ancient One's words. Because There is such a thing as a baby of the gods inside the earth. He already knew. Only, what he never thought of was, Dormammu's target turned out to be the Celestials. That makes sense. Otherwise, why Dormammu keep invading Earth? Because there is one within the Earth that is about to become complete. But the gods who have no resistance, wouldn't that be the perfect devour target? Even Fang Bing has been playing with it, and the gods. Only one is born every billion years, that is. In a billion years, Dormammu cannot exist in this universe. Find other Celestials in similar status. That's what's so special about Earth. Fang Bing understood everything thoroughly, but he changed his mind. Another solution soon came to mind. Then let's find that surgeon and let him continue to be the Sorcerer Supreme, isn't that all right? Fang Bing's idea is simple, since Sorcerer Supreme must exist. No Sorcerer Supreme, no one can stand against Dormammu. So, let that surgeon, Stephen Strange, just keep doing Sorcerer Supreme? Sky doesn't do Sorcerer Supreme. No need to confront Mephisto Dormammu. Mephisto Dormammu, Lord of the Dark Dimension. One of the top overlords in the universe, in its own dark dimension. Can never be killed. It comes to Earth. That's still an away game. Can play back and forth with Ancient One. It can be seen how powerful it is. Stephen Strange is dead. Then, Fang Bing heard Ancient One. Saying this sentence made him feel pain. What the hell? Doctor Strange dead straight away. Fang Bing couldn't help asking. How did he die? He joined a cult online and got poisoned. Ancient One also had a strange expression when he mentioned this. Later, when she finds out that Doctor Strange is dead, she passed the time gem though. See why Doctor Strange died. But cannot be traced back to the source. Don't know what exactly caused drastic changes in his life. The god of chicken roll, what a strange name. I don't know which evil god to believe in. Original. Fang Bing heard what Ancient One said. Also feel very strange. Until Ancient One said the name of that cult. Fang Bing felt the collapse of the three views. Shock. Chicken tacos. Doctor Strange because of the chicken taco cult. Just became addicted to drugs. 3. Nonsense? I set up a stall and sold chicken rolls a few times. Just kill the future Doctor Strange. Moreover, the chicken rolls are sold by themselves, it's not drugs. Had the chicken wrap. How do you become addicted to drugs? Think about it. Fang Bing suddenly remembered. When I first sold chicken rolls, someone said it online. The chicken rolls themselves are so delicious. It's because of the drugs in it. No way? No way? Has Doctor Strange ever eaten the chicken wraps he sells? Addicted. Added chicken tacos online. Hard to find my own stall selling chicken rolls. But later, because I knew about the chicken roll god religion. Never sold again. Chicken rolls were made. Leading to Doctor Strange really going to do drugs? And then just burp like that. It's too nonsense. But Fang Bing relies on all the information currently known. But feel again, the truth of the matter. That should be it. All changes in this world timeline. This is because of myself. And Doctor Strange, who would have been Sorcerer Supreme. Halfway down, it must have something to do with myself. In this case, everything can be explained. Ancient One couldn't see the origin of Doctor Strange's changes. Because of that origin is oneself. Only myself. Only then will it interfere with the operation of the time gem. But Fang Bing also knew. Ancient One doesn't think about the chicken taco god's connection to itself now. That's probably because of being a Sorcerer Supreme. Things are too busy. I haven't turned this corner for a while. But sooner or later she would figure it out. When? Fang Bing really didn't know how Ancient One would react. So, Fang Bing, who wants to understand everything. Very honest now. Also looked shocked. Ah, chicken roll gods. They should believe in chicken gods, right? I don't know if it's a hen or a rooster. Stop talking to Ancient One. Fang Bing thought of an important question. Now it seems. Sky this Sorcerer Supreme. For the time being, he didn't run away. Even if you disagree. Can't pass the Ancient One level, after all. These days, big fists are grandpa. After that day. Must face Dormammu, the Mephisto of the Dark Dimension. Then comes the key question. How long is left? When will Dormammu come? Fang Bing asked Ancient One nervously. Ancient One held out 5 fingers. 5 months? No, 5 years. 5 years? That's fine. Fang Bing has obtained the system so far. It's only been a few months. It's already that strong. The pharaohs who can blast Kamar Taj. 5 years. No matter how lazy Fang Bing is. The strength can also catch up with Ancient One and Odin, right? Time to add a Sorcerer Supreme Sky holding a time gem. Maybe. There is also Scarlet Witch who has successfully cultivated origin magic power to help out. Isn't it the Hammer Dormammu with eyes closed? So. When Fang Bing heard Ancient One say that there were still 5 years left, my heart immediately relaxed. Even started thinking. 5 years later. In what position should I force feed Dormammu's papa? So. Now that we've figured everything out from Ancient One, Fang Bing didn't bother to talk anymore with Ancient One. Take me to meet Sky. Her snacks should be finished. I'll save some for her. Ancient One said lightly. Just give it to me, I will pass it on. Fang Bing gave her a sideways look. Old hag. Believe me. No, I must meet Sky today, or I will take her away from the earth when Sky becomes Sorcerer Supreme in the future. You know I can do it. Anyway, the universe is so big, it takes a day to hide. Maybe I'll die of old age. Hasn't Dormammu swallowed the whole universe yet? Hear Fang Bing's rogue-like words. Ancient One was helpless. She has nothing to do with Fang Bing. Hit and can't hit. Persuasion cannot persuade. I can only agree. She waved her hand. 2 people next moment. Has appeared in a quaint courtyard in Kamar Taj. Ancient One pointed to one of them. There she is. Fang Bing looked at the surrounding environment. I tidied up my clothes again. Then he slowly walked towards the door. Boom boom boom. There was a knock on the door. What are you knocking? It's so annoying. Sky's impatient voice came from inside the room. But no one came to open the door. Boom boom boom. Fang Bing deliberately remained silent. Knocked on the door again. This time. Only a few seconds later. Stepping on cute panda fleece slippers. Sky in moon-white training clothes, he opened the door angrily. Originally she thought it was Ancient One again. I just wanted to open the door and scold her face to face. But did not expect. Standing at the door. It turned out to be the person I had been thinking about day and night. Fang Bing. Sky jumped up. He threw himself into Fang Bing's arms. Why did you come to see me? I miss you so much. Fang Bing didn't speak. He just hugged her tightly. After a long time, Fang Bing stroked her head. Put her down. How are you doing here? Is anyone bullying you? It's not good at all. Ancient One bullied me. She insisted on making me learn the mirror space and still won't let me go home. Sky asked Fang Bing. He immediately poured bitter water on Fang Bing. Fang Bing couldn't help but smile, knowing that Ancient One did not lie to him. Didn't she say that when you learn this spell, you will be sent home? How are you doing? Sky heard Fang Bing ask this. Can't help but want to show him off. With a wave. The surrounding environment has completely changed. Fang Bing found out. He returned to the villa by himself. But he soon realized. This is Sky's mirror space. Looking at the face in front of him with arrogance. Sky waiting for his compliment. Fang Bing is very happy. Unexpectedly, it was only 2 months. She has made such great progress. It's amazing. But haven't you already learned it? Fang Bing asked a little curiously. Hear this. Sky shook his head in embarrassment. The complete mirror space spell can not only create a space, but also control everything in the space. I still can't control everything here. After. Fang Bing stayed with Sky for a few more hours. But didn't tell her about Dormammu, because that's 5 years away. Tell her ahead of time. It just made her worry in vain. Just comfort Sky. Let her practice spells well. And so learned the mirror space. Can go home. This is real. Ancient One has also told Fang Bing before. Wait for Sky to learn mirror space. That means she has learned all of Kamar Taj's teachable spells. It also has a certain self-protection strength. As for other advanced spells, want to learn? You need to enlighten yourself with the help of Waishandi's book. Or read more magic books to comprehend and learn. So. At that time, it doesn't matter if Sky is in Kamar Taj or not. Ancient One will also pass on the book of Vasandi to her at that time. Let her slowly understand by herself. At last. Fang Bing made some snacks for her again. Let her take it into her own different space and eat slowly. Then I told her about the current situation of Aunt May and little Peter. And the current situation at home. Definitely. For prevention. Later Sky goes home to meet Wanda. Fight directly. Fang Bing also told her. The family now takes in an orphaned girl who has no father or mother. He also told her about Wanda's previous experience. Sky almost shed tears of sympathy. Didn't think about anything else at all. He also told Fang Bing to take good care of Wanda. Definitely. Shouldn't have said it. Fang Bing definitely didn't say a word. As for the future. Let's see the trick. At last. Fang Bing didn't let Sky send him either. Walked out of the room alone. Outside the door, Ancient One showed a strange smile. Look at Fang Bing. Didn't say much. With a wave of his hand, Fang Bing returned to the gate of the villa. Go into the villa. Putting the Kamar Taj and Sky affair aside for now. Forget it. Lifted the spirits. It's time to draw a lottery. Fang Bing sat on the sofa in the villa. Make up your mind. A little excited to open the system. Start to view the 2 ability lists obtained before. One is that of the common magician Kisilius of Kamar Taj. The other is from Kamar Taj Master Mordu Magician. Fang Bing looked at Modu Magician first, because of his magic power against Modu Magician. I still admire it. I was able to feed him successfully before. Fang Bing thinks. The element of luck is relatively large. If you match up next time, I want to capture him alive. But it's really not that easy. Modu, Shape of Akan LV8, he has already practiced this spell to the peak. He can instantly summon 128 duplications. Each duplication can be converted into an entity, and has 1/5 of the body's strength. Portal IV9, he can open the portal without sling ring, and he can go wherever he wants. Magic Energy Weapon IV8, he can convert magical energy into 18 kinds of weapons, invincible. Crimson Chain IV7, he can condense the magic energy in his body into an extremely powerful scorching chain to attack the enemy. Super Melee Fighting IV9, his melee fighting ability is extremely powerful. Spell Shield LV7, he can condense the magic energy in his body into a magic shield to resist physical and energy attacks. Mordo Magician's ability list. Let Fang Bing open your eyes. Although it is much worse than that of Ancient One. But all kinds of spells are still practiced to a high level. Especially the Shape of Akan, he even reached the 8th level. Can summon more than 100 duplications. He also has 1/5 of his strength. See this. Fang Bing feeling. If you really hit it before. I really can't win him. Because of these more than 100 duplications. The so-called 1/5 strength, but it includes magic power. Spells that the ontology knows. Duplication will also be. Even if it is weaker by half. The strength of each duplication should not be underestimated. Moreover, Modu Magician also has some strange spells. Fang Bing was dazzled. Draw. Congratulations, you have obtained Spell Shield V7. Okay. Fang Bing saw that he had drawn a spell shield. My heart blossomed with joy. This spell shield. It's not the kind of shield that can be transformed into a weapon by using it. Instead, it is a spell energy shield that directly covers the whole body. Fang Bing had seen the duplication of Modu Magician use this spell before. It also briefly resisted the thunderstorm tornado he released. This means, defense ability of this spell. It should be quite high, although, Modu Magician body. The strongest one is the 8th level icon shape. But the spell of the shape of icon, Fang Bing has got it. Although the level is only 6, but as Fang Bing practiced by himself. Catch up soon. So, can draw this spell shield. For Fang Bing. On the contrary, it is more cost effective. Because, keep practicing with Fang Bing. All spells he acquires will be upgraded together. The more spells you get now, the stronger the back. This wave earned. The ability of Mordo Magician has been extracted. Fang Bing looked at the remaining Kisilius abilities list. For Kisilius, he didn't expect so much. Because of this guy. In Fang Bing's view. A little weak. That's right, in the original plot. Kisilius will not summon Dormammu to Earth until 5 years later. His reasons for turning to Dormammu, it is because of his desire for power. Want to take a shortcut. This means, Kisilius originally wasn't very strong in the first place. Otherwise he wouldn't do such a thing, definitely. This guy must have just been controlled by Dormammu too. Otherwise, rely on his little weak chicken. Can't even smell Dormammu's farts. Fang Bing guessed. This is why Ancient One is unwilling to kill this guy now. Because, even kill a Kisilius, nor will Dormammu give up on eroding the earth. Will definitely go back to control others, when. On the contrary, it is more troublesome, so. It's better to keep this little weak chicken who knows everything. There will be no major changes in the future. Kisilius, Crimson Chain IV3, he can condense the magic energy in his body into a powerful scorching chain to attack the enemy. Portal IV5, he can use the sling ring to open the portal, and he can go wherever he wants. Spell Energy Weapon IV4, he can convert spell energy into various weapons or shields. Super Melee Combat LV7, his melee combat ability is relatively strong. Spell Shield LV2, he can condense the magic energy in his body into a magic shield to resist physical and energy attacks. Summoning Technique IV6, he learned a special summoning technique from an unknown magic book, paying sacrifices to contract and summon creatures from other dimensions. Read Kassia's list of abilities. Fang Bing sighed. I really guessed right. This guy is such a little trash. So far, I have learned 20 or 30 spells. But there are basically no more than 5 levels. There is only one, summoning IV6, let Fang Bing's eyes shine. What is this summoning technique? Can you summon a Monkey King? But when he saw Kassia's ability list, about the origin of summoning, Fang Bing realized, what nameless magic tome? What special summoning technique? Could this be the spell used to summon Dormammu in the future? The more Fang Bing looked at it, the more suspicious he became. Otherwise, with Kassia's this little piece of shit. Just rely on his spell ability. How to read the magic tome. He comprehended the summoning technique by himself. Still cultivated to the 6th level. Fang Bing still remembers. Finally, after Doctor Strange beats back Dormammu, Kassia's was captured by Dormammu in an instant. Integrate with Dormammu. Was devoured. This should have something to do with the summoning contract he signed with Dormammu, right? Because the difference in strength is too large. And then directly backfired by Dormammu, or his contract of summoning with Dormammu. Originally as an unequal contract. Fang Bing finished thinking. Thinking about not getting this summoning spell. In case this thing can only be used to summon Dormammu. Isn't that cheating? Although Kassia's is a little trash. But if you can draw some low-level spells from him, you can also practice on your own in the future. It is also considered relatively good. Draw. Congratulations on obtaining summoning IV6, F*K it. Fang Bing never expected. Kassia's possessed 100 kinds of messy abilities. I actually hit this most special spell in one shot. Can this thing really work on its own? Do you really dare to use it? Fang Bing was a little uncertain, but he quickly remembered. Because of the system. Every time he gets the ability. If so, the ability is a super ability. He needs to explore and experiment by himself. If you draw a spell, the system will directly direct all knowledge of the spell. Instill it in his mind. That's the case. Once you turn on this ability, can't you understand this summoning technique like the back of your hand? Will it be available then? Will there be any danger? Not all clear. Then Fang Bing tried to enable this ability. Some spell knowledge flooded into his mind like a torrent. Soon, Fang Bing fully understood the release method and function of this summoning technique. Can't help but breathe a sigh of relief. Made money. He sure. This summoning. Not specifically for summoning Dormammu at all. Even if Kassia's used this spell later, connected with Dormammu, that was also using a special technique that Dormammu taught him. Only a special offering was used, through the knowledge in the mind. Fang Bing understands this summoning spell. There are 2 functions. First, by drawing a summoning circle, sacrificing any item, and randomly communicating with creatures from other dimensions. If the target creature agrees to the summoning, it can be summoned to this world. Second, this spell not only has the function of summoning, but also can sign a contract with the creature when summoning, and definitely this contract must be agreed by both parties. This Fang Bing was pleasantly surprised. He immediately opened the portal. Came to the moon. Prepare to test what this summoning spell can summon. As for why you want to go to the moon, because of. Fang Bing was afraid that he would summon a biochemical zombie or something. Turn the Earth into a zombie planet. Come to the surface of the moon. Fang Bing stretched out his finger. Start using spell power on the ground. Characterize the summoning circle. The magic circle is quite complicated. Fang Bing engraved for the first time. It took tens of seconds to engrave it. After engraving, Fang Bing looked at the summoning circle on the ground and was in trouble. What should be sacrificed? The spell information only said any item. Think for a long time. Fang Bing simply grabbed something from a different space. Throw it on the summoning circle. This is a small table for stalls. Nothing special. Just an ordinary little table. Then, Fang Bing's telekinetic summoning spells are miscellaneous. After a few seconds, Fang Bing felt himself conscious. Soon communicated with a creature in a distant space. Chi 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 ww. Fang Bing. Although the creatures on the opposite side were squeaking. But Fang Bing still understood what it meant. Because they are now communicating with consciousness through the teleportation circle. Fang Bing didn't know what was on the other side. But by squeaking, it can probably be judged. Maybe a mouse? Never mind. First call. Just accumulate experience. Sign a slavery contract with me, and I'll bring you here. Squeak. Fang Bing understood. The mouse agreed. But except for the table is an offering. Want to sign a bond of slavery? Give it a table leg every day. What's the use of Fang Bing wanting a broken mouse? Signing the contract is just to test whether it works well. Simply change the conditions. Sign an equal contract, and the sacrifice will be given to you. It agrees. The contract is made. Call. A burst of light appeared in the summoning circle. A little cat appeared in the center of the magic circle. Fang Bing was stunned. What's the matter? Not a mouse? How did you become a cat? But the moment it appears, Fang Bing has launched a super speed. Carrying it through the portal opened in advance in an instant. Return to the no man's land of the earth, because he knows. 1 second late. This thing is going to be frozen to death by the extreme cold of space. This is also one of Fang Bing's defense methods. The strong can't handle it. Just leave it on the moon to die. Weak. Take what you can control. Squeak. Looking at the little cat in front of him, he squeaked again. Only then did Fang Bing realize. This cat from an unknown dimension. Their cries are exactly the same as the mice on the earth. And what the hell is like a mouse on earth? I love eating table legs. It's just a mouse in cat's clothing. Fang Bing stepped forward. Picked up the little cat. Check it out. It was found that this thing is no different from the cats on the earth. Cat mustache. Cat tail. Cat paw. Same. And IQ is not good, after the summoning circle. Although it has an equal contract with itself. To be able to communicate with one's own consciousness. But the basic words are not complete, it's just an ordinary little animal. Fang Bing thought about it. Randomly recruited a handful of cat food. Stuffed it into its mouth. It squeaked and swallowed. After a while, Fang Bing received the system mechanical prompt. Get the ability list of this little cat. Fang Bing rejoices. Happiness is not because of how special the little cat ability is. Fang Bing hasn't looked at its ability list yet. He's happy just because, since the summoned creatures from other dimensions can also feed and extract ability, that means this summoning spell, it is very useful in his hands. If some special creatures from other dimensions and other worlds can be summoned, wouldn't that have limitless possibilities? Fang Bing glanced at the ability list of the little cat. It is basically the same as the normal cat ability. Even weaker. No value extracted at all, but Fang Bing still smoked. Congratulations, you have won the mouse dodging V1. It seems that the mouse in that world is very fierce. Okay, let's go back. Fang Bing waved his hand. And sent the summoned little cat back to where it came from. This is also one of the functions of summoning. Under a contract of equality, or under a bond of slavery. He can summon objects. Feel free to send it back. And under a bond of slavery, he can open the summoning circle again at any time. No sacrifice required. Feel free to summon summoned objects to this world again. And under the contract of equality, a sacrifice is required for each call. Definitely. There are 3 types of contracts. The last one is the surrender contract. It is Fang Bing surrendering to the summoned creature. He will never sign such a contract, also don't care. Fang Bing came to the moon again. Stand in front of the summoning circle. This summoning spell. There are summons every day. Level 6 now. There are 3 summoning opportunities per day. Fang Bing has just used it once. Only 2 left today. He is not going to place sacrifices at random anymore. Although it is a random call, but Fang Bing thinks. What can be summoned? Is it more or less related to the sacrifice? Otherwise, why use a small table as a sacrifice? Will it summon a cat that loves to chew on table legs? Then, Fang Bing thought of something. It should be able to be used as a qualified sacrifice. Press your hand on the lunar surface. Initiated a material conversion. A piece of Uru metal is transformed. That's right. Ulu metal is the hardest metal in this universe. The value is huge. Big. Fang Bing feeling. It may bring you some surprises. He placed Uru metal on the summoning circle. The summoning spell was recited again. At #%#. A series of shocking unknown words came from Fang Bing's mind. But Fang Bing understood the meaning through his mind. Call me quickly, I want that magic gold. Fang Bing listened to the bold voice on the other side. A little surprised, he didn't expect that. Can this summoning spell even summon intelligent creatures? Isn't it summoning creatures from other dimensions? Are there intelligent beings in other dimensions? But Fang Bing couldn't care less about these things at the moment. Now that I run into someone who knows the goods. Then of course a contract must be signed, soon. Under the persuasive guidance of Fang Bing. A creature that cares about Uru metal. A little hesitation, but still signed a slavery contract with Fang Bing. The additional condition is that Fang Bing will give it the piece of Ulu metal. And he had to be given another 3 tons of Uru metal. And, after signing the slavery contract, can't let him go to die. Fang Bing definitely agreed. Ulu metal for him. It's just something that can be converted at will. The contract is made. Call. The magic array emits light. After the light disappeared, a not-so-high creature appeared in the teleportation circle. Holding a hammer. With a big beard. Fang Bing recognized it at a glance. Isn't this thing the legendary dwarf? And he just wanted to go forward. Take this dwarf to Earth. In case he freezes to death, but found that this dwarf seems to be fine. Extreme cold on the moon. Can't hurt him. Only unbreathable and weightless environment. It made him very uncomfortable. It is showing its teeth and claws in place. Fang Bing still stepped forward. Pick up the dwarf. Brought him back to the uninhabited land of the Earth. Where do you come from? After landing, Fang Bing asked the question he was most interested in. Avalon. I am from Avalon. After some inquiry, Fang Bing just found out. Turn out to be the dwarf. Just from a dimension called Avalon. The inside is like the Earth thousands of years ago. Filled with fairies, elves, trolls and other magical creatures. Fang Bing heard dwarf's words. Eye-opening. He regretted it a little. I did not cross before. Dive deeper into the Marvel universe. Otherwise, it's not like being dumbfounded at this moment. But through the words of dwarf, he can roughly guess it. There are supposed to be many more strange dimensions in the Marvel universe. But none of this matters now. Important. What can I get through this summoned creature now? You're a dwarf? Can you blacksmith? Don't call me dwarf. I'm a family of mountain giants. Fang Bing's words. Just ask the exit. Just be cranky dwarf. Not right. It's a mountain giant, and I'm stunned. But Fang Bing also knew the so-called mountain giant in front of him. What he is best at is indeed blacksmithing and casting. So, he is so obsessed with Ulu metal. I would rather sell myself to Fang Bing. Get Ulu metal too. After learning all the information about the other party, Fang Bing pressed his hand to the ground without any hesitation. Transformed the Uru metal promised to the dwarf. Completed the conditions of the previous slavery contract. Became the master of this dwarf. This is a casting master picked up for nothing. Wouldn't this be a fool? After completing the contract, he has absolute control over this dwarf, in addition to letting him go to die. Other commands he must obey. But Fang Bing didn't let him start casting directly. Instead, a Rujiamo was recruited, passed to dwarf. Hungry? Eat. Dwarf smelled the fragrance. He took it without any hesitation. 3 or 2 bites were enough. While reminiscing about the delicious food with dwarf's face on his face, Fang Bing also successfully obtained his ability list. Mountain Dwarf. Big Stone, Weapon Casting LV8. This dwarf is extremely good at weapon casting, and can make various metals into powerful weapons. Armor Casting LV8. This dwarf is extremely good at armor casting, and can make various metals into powerful armor. Tool Making LV8. This dwarf is good at making various practical tools. Super Physique IV7. This dwarf's physique is super strong, indestructible, water and fire are indestructible, and ordinary weapons cannot harm him. God Level Resistance LV3. This dwarf is resistant to cold and heat, and is very resistant to abnormal environments and spells. Divinity IV3. This dwarf is extremely powerful, and can wield a huge hammer to forge iron. It is indeed a legendary magical creature, just this attribute. Shout out to Captain America. Physique is directly on the same level as Luke Cage. And Luke Cage has no god level resistance. Even the god level resistance level is on the same level as Fang Bing. Draw. Congratulations, you have obtained god level resistance V3. As the system prompt sound, Fang Bing was overjoyed suddenly. God level resistance, can integrate upgrade. Really? Fang Bing then heard the next system prompt. Congratulations, your god level resistance has been raised to IV4. This god level resistance. It's been a long time since Fang Bing was tossing around. Just upgraded to level 3. All the time. Provides Fang Bing with strong energy resistance. Let him go down to the volcanic magma to explore smoothly. Only. So long. Fang Bing has never found a creature with similar ability. Cannot increase this ability, and today. Just a summoning spell from that weakling Caecilius. But Fang Bing finally succeeded in upgrading this important ability. This can't help but let him know the spell of summoning. I paid more attention to it, Fang Bing believes. With level 4 god level resistance, there is also the spell shield just obtained. Plan your own volcano adventure. there will be another huge breakthrough. Read your ability list. Only then did Fang Bing look towards the mountain dwarf. That's right. This thing is actually a mountain dwarf. System authentication. Iron nails, it's just that they want to save face. Only then did they call themselves a family of mountain giants. Your name is Big Stone? If I give you this kind of magic gold, can you even make this kind of weapon? Fang Bing stretched out his hand and summoned the peerless blade. Put it in the hand of the Big Stone and asked. Dashi looked at the peerless blade in his hand in surprise. I stroked it with my hands and looked it over. Then he replied. Yes, but this weapon is infused with magic energy and has a magic circle, so I can't complete the casting by myself. After listening to the words of the Big Stone, Fang Bing understood. Turn out to be. Large rocks can be forged into weapons. But it cannot infuse magical energy into the weapon. And, although he can also carve magic circles onto weapons. But he doesn't know any magic circle, so. Unless Fang Bing can give him the blueprint of the magic circle, and finally inject magic energy into the weapon. Otherwise, he would not be able to create such a divine weapon as the peerless blade. Fang Bing was a little disappointed, because big rocks can do it. He can do the same with material transformation. But he changed his mind and thought of another thing. Infinity Gauntlet. Fang Bing remembers, in the original plot. Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet was built by a dwarf. Fang Bing has never touched this stuff. Cannot be converted by material conversion. But the Big Stone acts as a master craftsman. Should be able to build it? Fang Bing wants to get the Infinity Gauntlet. The reason is simple. Because the Infinity Gauntlet is more than just a vehicle for infinite gems. It also boosts the ability of infinite gems, not only that. Power gems and reality gems from infinite gems. Ordinary people can't touch it at all. Touch to die. No matter how strong your physique is, it can also be hurt a lot by direct touch. So, if for future plans, wait until Fang Bing gets the other infinite gems. He must get an Infinity Gauntlet too. Big Rock, have you heard of infinite gems and Infinity Gauntlets? Can you build Infinity Gauntlets? Can. After Fang Bing gave the Big Stone enough materials, he was sent back to his hometown in Avalon Dimension. Let him focus on building the Infinity Gauntlet at home. Then, Fang Bing came to the moon again. He still has a chance to use the summoning technique today. Ready to use it all. Stand in front of the summoning circle on the surface of the moon. Fang Bing thought about it. Another piece of ulu metal was thrown in. He is ready to try again. Look at the same thing. What else can be summoned? Then, he casts the psychokinesis spell. At. A faint idea came from the opposite side. It is impossible to form a complete discourse at all. But Fang Bing probably understood the meaning. It has to eat. Others can't communicate at all. Fang Bing held the attitude of trying. Tell it that if you sign the contract, you will have food. Next moment, the slave contract was successfully signed. Call. The summoning circle flickered faintly. A small ant appeared on the magic circle, just appeared. Immediately froze to death. Fang Bing looked at the ant corpse the size of a sesame seed on the ground. Fell silent. It appears that each summoned creature. Maybe it really could be a random target. I used ulu metal myself before. Summons the mountain dwarf. Could it be that the blind cat met the dead mouse? Although the ants died as soon as they were recruited. But Fang Bing's 3 summoning opportunities today have also been used up. Want to continue? Can only wait for tomorrow. But Fang Bing has come up with a good idea. When called again tomorrow, he is going to try the delicacies produced by the system. Something produced by the system, not of this world. I don't know if it can be used with this special summoning. Colliding with different sparks? But that's for tomorrow too. Fang Bing is the most important thing right now. It is to test the spell shield just obtained. This spell from Mordo Magician still gave Fang Bing a big surprise. Only, before facing the special spell of summoning, Fang Bing chose to leave it behind for the time being. Although all the knowledge principles of the spell shield, it's all in his mind, but that doesn't mean the spell. Fang Bing doesn't need to try his power. This is a protective spell. When it comes in handy in the future, naturally, it is to protect one's own life. So, definitely give defensibility a try ahead of time. Otherwise, now I don't know. How can you be aware of it in battle? So, Fang Bing thought about it. He put on a spell shield for himself. There is a transparent and slightly yellow mask around the body. Gone in a flash. Is this the spell shield? Touched his face. But found out. There is no difference from before. There is no obstacle. Fang Bing smiled. Right. The spell shield released by oneself. How can you block your hand? Then, he decisively took out the peerless blade. Facing his own arm, he chopped down. When there was a sound of Jin-Ge clashing, Fang Bing's arm fell with the peerless blade. Immediately, a circle of orange-yellow mask appeared. Blocked and bounced back peerless blade, but Fang Bing's attack only used the strength of ordinary people. Even holding the peerless blade, it's also normal to be blocked. Then, Fang Bing did not use more strength. It even chopped down continuously. When, click. On the third hit, the spell shield shattered. The peerless blade hit Fang Bing's arm directly. Not even the skin was broken. This result was completely within Fang Bing's expectation. And it's already very satisfying to him, because this spell shield is only level 7. And it is not specifically designed to defend against physical attacks. It has physical magic full defense, so, able to physical attack. It's not bad to achieve such a defense, after all. When Fang Bing reached the 10th level of physique before, only then can it be immune to the power attacks of ordinary people from Peerless Blade. So, now this 7-level spell protection added 1 to Fang Bing, equivalent to a 10th level physical shield. But it can only block 3 attacks, but to know Hulk under normalcy, his physique is only level 9. That's why Fang Bing thinks this is very strong. Next, Fang Bing tried the release limit of the spell shield again. Can only be released once a minute, but after release, not to be broken, can always exist. This is equivalent to adding a permanent version of the King Kong cover. Increased a lot of defense. Fang Bing is very satisfied. Physical attack is tested. Defense against energy. Fang Bing didn't intend to try again. He's going straight to the crater again. It just happened to be from the mountain dwarf boulder. Got the god level resistance. Raised the god level resistance integrate to level 4. You can go underground again. See if you can dig a little deeper. Think here. Fang Bing opened the portal directly on the moon. Didn't care about the flowing magma. Put away your belongings. Stepped in. The hot magma came again. Fang Bing just came from the extremely cold moon. Excited by this extreme heat, the 4th level god level resistance has already been turned on. This made Fang Bing feel much better than when he left last time. After all, every time he couldn't bear to leave. They were all scalded and bloody. Come in this time. Although the god level resistance is only increased by 1 level. Although I still feel that the magma is very hot. But it didn't hurt him anymore. Fang Bing swam forward. On one side, the cooled spell shield was opened. Ho! Newbie! Fang Bing couldn't feel a trace of heat in an instant. Lava around. All are propped open by the orange shield. Fang Bing rejoices. Swim forward quickly. Because he knows this shield, it is absolutely impossible to go on forever. There must be a defense limit, really. 3 minutes later. When Fang Bing is traveling happily, click. The magic shield exploded. The magma came again. The hot Fang Bing was another thrill. Fine. The current temperature still didn't break his defense. It just made him feel hotter. It's like being put in a steamer. Dash. Keep swimming. God Cub, wait. Grandpa is here to feed you, Papa. Although the spell shield can only be used once per minute. But Fang Bing also shared a lot of pressure. Originally, the last exploration reached a depth of 3,000 kilometers. And now, continuously release spell shields. Plus upgrade to level 4 god level resistance. Let Fang Bing swim down for another 800 kilometers. Only then did he feel his body being scalded again. But the spell shield happened to be released again. Fang Bing made a final sprint against the spell shield. 3,900 kilometers, 4,000 kilometers, finally. He stopped at 4,000 kilometers, quickly opened the portal and left. Because I won't go anymore, it just melted. The temperature here Fang Bing cannot estimate. Only know, after the spell shield shattered, the flesh and blood on his body is melting rapidly. The speed of self-healing can hardly keep up with the speed of ablation. That's why he left in a hurry. Otherwise, it will become a skeleton later. The ground is 6,000 kilometers from the center of the earth. And now, Fang Bing has reached a depth of 4,000 kilometers. Only 2,000 kilometers away from the center of the earth. But Fang Bing felt that the celestial cub looked so big. It may not be necessary to reach the center of the earth. Can you find it? So said, he thinks. I am close to feeding the celestials, after leaving the underground. It is already late at night. Fang Bing directly opened the portal and went home. Just walked out of the portal. I saw Wanda running over excitedly. Fang Bing, My super ability has been upgraded, and now I am very powerful. Fang Bing listened. My heart is calm, because Wanda's origin magic power has been practiced for so long. No further promotion. Is that still called Scarlet Witch? Just change the name to the Scarlet Witch. Just don't know. Wanda's so-called powerful. How powerful is it? Go and try. Fang Bing opened the portal. Walked in with Wanda. When I come out again. We have reached the lake in no man's land. This is Wanda's first time here. I saw the flat-headed brother squatting next to him. I almost remembered that the magic bullet bombarded me. Subsequently, Fang Bing helps Wanda test her origin magic power. As a result, Fang Bing could no longer keep calm. Because Wanda's origin magic power just kicks things up a notch though. But the strength has almost caught up with Ebony Maw. Although alter reality, the abnormal ability to create all things has not yet been revealed. But this is already exaggerated, to know. Ebony Maw's psychokinesis has reached level 9. And Wanda, just in front of Fang Bing, use origin magic power. Controlled a metal weight of 50 or 60 tons. Fly in the air. Is this too exaggerated? To know, she has only practiced for 2 months. If you wait for her to practice for 2 years, wouldn't it be possible to punch Odin and kick Ancient One? Fang Bing originally thought. Follow Wanda's cultivation progress. There should be some small improvements in 2 months. But did not expect. This lifts. It's an exaggeration. But Fang Bing clearly remembered Wanda from the original storyline. The speed of strength improvement is not so fast, is it? But he thought about it quickly. This 80% has something to do with the Wanda meditation I taught. Wanda from the original storyline, until Thanos is killed, obtained the Book of Darkness. It is considered to have officially embarked on the road of Scarlet Witch cultivation. But now, Fang Bing gave her the meditation art of Ancient One from the beginning. This should be the real reason for her rapid increase in strength. Since this is the case, that Fang Bing for the arrival of Dormammu 5 years later. Don't panic anymore. 5 years later, with just one Wanda. It should be able to make Dormammu vomit blood, right? Time for Wanda to open Dormammu's mouth. It doesn't matter what you want to feed it. Wanda's origin magic power level, according to Fang Bing's guess. It should be level 2 or 3 by now, right? After he draws the ability for the first time. You can no longer see other people's ability level. So we can only rely on guesswork, but no matter what level, Wanda can now fly on her own, and the speed is still very fast. Although I can't keep up with myself, but it can also reach a speed of 2 to 3,000 kilometers per hour. Help Wanda finish testing ability. Fang Bing encouraged her to study hard. Seriously praised her a few words. This brought her back home. For extracting Wanda ability, in fact, these 2 months. Under the frequency of feeding Fang Bing several times a day. She has also drawn another ability. Just still not origin magic power. But Fang Bing is not in a hurry, since the power leveling of Wanda is so qualified. Then let her practice more. Wait till you get better. It can also save you a lot of time. After all, Wanda has been around for so long. To boost origin magic power, it's not just about doing meditation. The props of the exercise room in the villa, it was broken several times by her. Fang Bing has also been fixed several times. Jingle bell. Back to Fang Bing at the villa. Just getting ready to sleep in. The phone rang. Pick it up and have a look. It turned out to be a call from the bald chief. We've found traces of Gideon. Gideon. Fang Bing was stunned when he heard the name. Then quickly remembered, he is the head of Hydra. Also previously plotted with Baron Strucker. Kill yourself with space-based weapons. When Fang Bing enters a helicarrier controlled by Hydra, Baron Strucker was turned black by him, and Gideon is just a projection. So, Fang Bing for revenge, and also for the secret of Gideon. This is the order to the bald chief. Let him once he finds any trace of Gideon. Inform yourself immediately. Think about it. Fang Bing asked the bald director indifferently, where is he? In a minute. Fang Bing hung up the phone. Get up from the bed. Open the portal. Walked in. When he appears again. Arrived in a high-speed flight Quinjet. Appeared in front of Captain America. Yes. The mission was led by Captain America. Just know this. Fang Bing chose to teleport directly to Captain America. Because of where Gideon was. Never been to Fang Bing before. The portal cannot be opened directly, to save trouble. That's why I chose to go with Captain America and the others. Captain America has been notified in advance by the bald chief. For the appearance of Fang Bing, there is no surprise. After a warm greeting, before Fang Bing could ask, He took the initiative to introduce the situation. Half an hour ago, our spy agent found him. He is currently under a deserted island in the Pacific Ocean, and he seems to be doing something very important. It's almost the same as Captain America's introduction. Fang Bing probably understood the situation. The stealthy Quinjet also began to descend. Thump. The fighter plane landed. The Quinjet hatch opens. Fang Bing came out with Captain America. Captain America. They immediately started going through satellite maps. Find the entrance to Gideon's base, and Fang Bing was not with them. Now that we have arrived at the place. Fang Bing thinks. The rest, you can do it by yourself. He flew up in place. Flight around this not-so-big desert island. Dozens of seconds later, nook and cranny on a deserted island. He has searched carefully the island and found no Gideon base. But Fang Bing showed a smile instead, because he saw the center of the island. There is an anomaly. There are some special marks on the ground there. It should be the entrance to Gideon's underground base. Then, Fang Bing flew straight down. Fall to the ground there. Result. Just landed. A nearby automatic machine gun rang out. A rain of bullets like a metal frenzy was sprayed towards Fang Bing. Fang Bing accelerated slightly, dodged all bullets. And he came to the side of the fully automatic machine gun in an instant. A slap smashed the machine gun. Then, only then did Fang Bing start looking for traces of the underground entrance. But, searched for dozens of seconds, Fang Bing didn't find out where the entrance was either. So, he simply stopped looking. Stand directly on the ground where you can. Time travel and invisibility magic enabled. Instantly sank to the ground. Travel through hyper ability. Can turn the body into an atomic state. Can provide him with a penetrating substance ability for up to 10 minutes. So no matter what organs and gates are underground, as long as there is no magic shield, can't stop Fang Bing. Soon. Fang Bing after crossing the surface several meters thick. Sure enough, it appeared in an elevator shaft. This elevator shaft, thousands of meters deep. It leads directly to the bottom of the island. It can be seen from this Hydra base where Gideon is under the sea. No wonder it's so hidden. It took so long for S.H.I.E.L.D. to find it through the spy agent. Now that we have come to the elevator shaft, then it's easy. Fang Bing directly cancelled the crossing. Fly down the elevator shaft. After a while, Fang Bing has already entered the submarine base. He is invisible. Go straight out of the elevator. He didn't pay attention to the Hydra soldiers who were already waiting in the underground base. But after listening attentively, stay invisible directly. Go to the area where Gideon is, because these miscellaneous soldiers are not important at all. Not even a super soldier, and Gideon's side. Fang Bing heard some unusual movements. Fang Bing's invisibility cannot be detected by any device. In addition, he also has the super ability to travel through this cheat. Not even a turn along the way. Soon came to where Gideon was. It's a big room. The shape is very chic. Surrounded by some special equipment. The house is right in the middle. There is a round pool. At the moment there are 5 small stones in it. Arranged in a circle. A strange portal is opening. Inside the room, there are also many Hydra soldiers. At the moment, they are jumping down one after another. And Gideon took his men. Watch it all from the sidelines. Fang Bing saw this scene. Got it right away. This is Gideon summoning the hive of Hydra. He passed the 5 broken stones that had been cut from the teleportation boulder. Used the sound waves emitted by the surrounding special equipment. Activated the portal to the exiled hive planet. Then let the soldiers of Hydra jump in, to feed the hive. In the hope that the god of Hydra can return to the earth. Fang Bing also knows. All this would not have happened now. Mainly because of Fang Bing. Originally, Hydra even thought that the Insight plan had failed. Nor will it be wiped out by S.H.I.E.L.D. Instead, S.H.I.E.L.D. was shattered. Into the ground. Killed by Loki. But it is led by the 8th level agent Phil Coulson, who has returned from the dead. But under the intervention of Fang Bing, Hydra so many people on 3 helicarriers. All were wiped out. The background is greatly reduced. Even Baron Strucker was taken out. And S.H.I.E.L.D. is back to the top. Remnants of oppression Hydra lingers on, so. Gideon was so quick to carry out his plan to recall the god of Hydra. Hopes that will revive the glory of Hydra, placed on the hive. After seeing everything that happened here, Fang Bing also had a plan in mind. But first, he has to do it, just kill Gideon. Those who dare to attack themselves, it is absolutely not allowed to continue to live. Go. Then, Fang Bing paced to Gideon's side, He didn't pay any attention to the guard wearing sunglasses next to him. He pinched his neck, waiting for him to react. The hand crooked slightly. Click. Broke Gideon's neck. In order to prevent him from being revived again, a huge electric current poured out from Fang Bing's hands. Put Gideon in your hand directly. Electricity turned black and ash. Then he looked at the guard beside him. Now. Follow Gideon's dark glassed guard. I saw my boss turned into a pile of ashes for no reason. But not even a single enemy was seen, overwhelmed with surprise. Fang Bing didn't choose to go forward and kill the guard. Because, he thinks, this guard may also be a special person. This is no guesswork, but because Gideon had previously sent a psychic to capture Quicksilver Pietro. They were then force-fed by Fang Bing, contributed to 6 levels of psychokinesis. Since the subordinates in front are all superpowers. So the bodyguard should be the same now, right? So, he looked at the guard who wanted to reach out to take off his sunglasses. Fang Bing just stepped forward and knocked him unconscious. Then he took out a jelly bean, stuffed into his mouth. He took out a stick and stabbed him in. Bang 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 bang. Hydra soldiers in the room. Anomalies have also been found. Not only the boss has become black and gray, the boss's guard also fainted inexplicably. And there's a stick poking his mouth? To avoid this kind of treatment yourself. Hydra soldiers who haven't jumped through the portal yet. Shoot towards Fang Bing's position. Fang Bing, who was waiting for the system prompt to sound, was a little annoyed. Took a look. It was found that these soldiers were ordinary soldiers. The superfighters who knew Hydra should have been killed by him before. Zilla. A circle of electric current rushed out. Killed all Hydra in the house. Turned them all into black ash. It's not that Fang Bing is ruthless, but because he knows. Hives now appear if coming out of a portal. Then leave the body. It will only become a parasite of the hive. So just clear it. Ding. The mechanical sound prompted by the system sounded. Fang Bing looked at the system information. Judici. Eye of Medusa IV6. His eyes have the terrifying power of petrification. Creatures that look directly at his eyes will be instantly petrified. Car driving skills. V9. He can skillfully drive various types of cars, and he can be called the old driver of Chu Mingshan. Super Melee Combat LV4. He possesses many melee combat skills beyond ordinary people. Tango Dance LV8. His proficiency in tango dance is extremely high, and he can dance to the music at any time. Proficient in firearms LV3. He is very familiar with all kinds of firearms and can give full play to their power. Go through the person's abilities list. Fang Bing instantly remembered who he was. This is Hudasgard. Also a stranger. When I watched TV in my previous life. Fang Bing was very impressed. Although this person is mediocre in other aspects. But his eyes were terrifying. Fang Bing was a little lucky. Fortunately, this guy is slow. Otherwise. Wait until he takes off his sunglasses. It's useless even if you are invisible. Will be directly petrified by his Medusa eye. Although Fang Bing doesn't know. With their own resistance and physique. Can you bear it? But he certainly didn't want to experiment with himself. Draw. Congratulations on obtaining the Eye of Medusa IV6. I'm lucky. One hit. Fang Bing successfully drew the super ability that he was looking forward to. The Eye of Medusa was opened directly. Fang Bing felt his eyes start to glow. Want to find a Hydra experiment, but there were no other Hydra soldiers around. If you want to experiment, you have to look back. But Fang Bing has more important things to do. That is to find the hive. See if you can get its super ability from the hive. Then, he also didn't come back from the original hive. Because I don't know how many days to wait, he was going to go to the planet opposite the portal. One goal is to go there and set a portal point. Another goal is to find the hive quickly, while he was still weak. Extract his abilities. Otherwise, Fang Bing doesn't know either. Gideon this guy. Exactly how many Hydra soldiers have been sent in. In case the quantity is too much, let the hive fully recover. Fang Bing really might not be able to beat this thing. Because of the biggest feature of the hive. That is to all aliens. All with control ability. Fang Bing did not forget. He himself is a stranger. So, Fang Bing temporarily turned off the Eye of Medusa. Stepped directly into the portal in the center of the house. After a burst of dizzying teleportation, Fang Bing fell out of the air. Did not wait to land. He stabilized his figure in midair. Looked at the surrounding environment. This is a desert hills. Sandstorms everywhere. A desolation. Then, Fang Bing naturally looked up to the sky. In the sky, 2 huge amounts of moons shone with dim brilliance. Fang Bing saw this astronomical sight, to be sure. I have indeed been sent to a planet in the depths of the universe. It is unknown how many light years away from the Earth. Although he didn't bring a space battleship, but Fang Bing didn't panic. Doctor Strange can be directly from Titan. Open the portal back to Earth. And Fang Bing's portal. Got it from Ancient One. It's grade 10, as long as you are still in this universe. He can also directly open the portal to return to Earth. So, Fang Bing set off directly. He stuck to the ground and started the flight. Look for traces of Hydra soldiers, because Fang Bing knows. Soldiers of Hydra. This trip is to deliver rations to the hive. They must have known what area the hive was in. And it must not be far from where I am now. Fang Bing flies at twice the speed of sound. On this savage planet where civilization is shattered. Look around your landing place. Really. 10 minutes later. He saw a group of Hydra soldiers on the ground from a distance in the air. They are walking in one direction. Fang Bing didn't have time to ink with them. Fly directly forward. Killed the rest of the Hydra soldiers. Only one leader remained. Take out the psychic scepter again. It hit his forehead. Controlled him. Tell me, where are you going, in which area? Controlled Hydra soldier captain. Immediately, he took out a map from his backpack. Pointed the location to Fang Bing. Fang Bing read it. Put away the map. Another electric current was sent out, turning this Hydra into black ash. The reason for this? Because of hives can possess humans at will. Even possessed corpses. These Hydras have been on this planet for so long. Maybe it has been possessed by the hive at this moment. But Fang Bing couldn't tell. So, he decided to kill all the humans he saw on this planet afterwards. Because of the prosperous civilization that originally existed here. It has long been destroyed by the hive, indigenous inhabitants of this planet. It has been extinct for thousands of years. Humans who are still on this planet. It must have been Hydra for thousands of years. It keeps coming in through the portal. The purpose is to give them to their god priests. So, living. All Hydra people, no innocence. With the guidance of the map, Fang Bing quickly flew over an area. He didn't hit the ground first. Instead, he observed the situation below from the sky. It's like a cemetery here, bones everywhere. Expedition gear is still scattered here and there. Looks like it's from all ages. There are also some humans in spacesuits lying on the ground in the area. Looks like it's been dead for a long time. There are also several Hydra fighters. Walking into the area. See below for this situation. Fang Bing felt a little troublesome, because he saw no living Hydra soldiers in the cemetery. This means, I went in before, have been devoured by the hive. I don't know how much strength he has recovered. Fang Bing remained invisible, fall towards the ground. He didn't go to kill the few Hydra soldiers, because if the hive wants to devour these few Hydra soldiers, that definitely needs to show a figure. That was the time for Fang Bing to make a move. The higher-ups have sent so many people to this place one after another, why is there no one here? The Hydra team just walked into the range of the graveyard. One of the team members looks at the empty cemetery. Couldn't help but asked his teammates, shut up, follow orders, keep going. Leading Hydra squad leader. Obviously very loyal to Hydra. Hear the team member's questions. Immediately stopped his words. With a few people. Keep going. Walked for another minute or two. When they reached the center of the cemetery area. The captain stopped. Stop, disarm, stay put. Listen to the captain's order. Some players finally couldn't take it anymore. They are Hydra though, but not a fool. Take a look around. Hear the captain's order again. Now this situation is obviously very strange. Captain, what exactly is our mission? Boom. The person who questioned was directly shot in the head. Other Hydra soldiers never dare to question again. Immediately disarmed. Standing there anxiously waiting for orders. Fang Bing flew invisible above their heads. See this scene. Basically sure. This little captain. 80% know the inside story. Otherwise it is brainwashed by Hydra. Only then would he be willing to bring the team to the door to die. But Fang Bing didn't care about them. Just quietly waiting. The hive does not appear now. Must be cautious by nature. Been watching the situation. Really. The wind was restless. Yellow sand flying. After a few minutes. There were finally other movements in the cemetery. The corpse of an astronaut who had been lying on the ground stood up. Walk up to several Hydra players. Fang Bing confirmed. This is where the hive comes into being. At this moment, he must be possessed by the corpse of the astronaut. So, Fang Bing was determined. This means the hive has not recovered much now. Those ordinary Hydra soldiers that Hydra sent him. Can't make him recover quickly. Just let him linger on. Fang Bing guessed. 80% of this is because now the Inhumans are not in the world on a large scale. Caused Hydra executives to meet strangers. They are all reused by subordinates. He was not willing to send the stranger to the hive. Otherwise, the hive would have recovered long ago. Definitely. The top of Hydra. From the beginning to the end, it was the same as licking a dog. Spontaneously feed the hive. There was no successful communication with the hive at all. So they don't even know. The hive needs to devour aliens to restore its strength. But whatever. Now that the hive has appeared, it is impossible for Fang Bing to let him run away again. That's the first thing he has to do. Definitely is to cut off all retreats of the hive. 100,000 volts. Zilla. Fang Bing stood directly above the cemetery. Released the shock of electric energy with all its strength. A wave like electric current swept out. Instantly destroys all Hydra soldiers in the graveyard. And the corpses on the ground. Scrape the ground 3 feet. Even the small insects inside the sand were not spared. Only the corpse in the spacesuit was bypassed. After a while, Fang Bing landed in front of the astronauts. Showed his figure. If you don't want to die, talk about it. You know I have the ability to destroy your last body. The hives in the spacesuits were dumbfounded. F*K. Where did this killer come from? So fierce. But he didn't plan to talk to Fang Bing, because even if this possessed body is destroyed, as long as he can leave early, it won't hurt at all. But when the hive wants to release the possession, the moment you dive into the ground, but he sensed the man opposite. It turned out to be a stranger. It's his kind. The hive is excited. He activated the ability immediately. Some parasites rushed towards Fang Bing silently. He is going to control Fang Bing's brain. Turn it into your own puppet. Take yourself away from this barren planet. Then it devoured Fang Bing. Quickly recover to peak. Peak. But, the next moment, the hive knew that he was thinking too much. When the parasite is about to touch Fang Bing. Ding ding ding. An orange-yellow mask appeared on the surface of Fang Bing's body. Directly blocks all parasites, and bounced it out. And Fang Bing. The reason why I didn't do it right away. Still waiting for hive to reply. Because of. Although the hive itself was a human being on Earth a long time ago. But after being transformed into an alien by the Kree. Has lost its human form. Became a collection of parasites. Hives are parasites with super abilities. That's why he's called Hive. Fang Bing has some headaches on how to feed it. That's why I want to negotiate terms with him. Let him obediently accept the feeding, but when Fang Bing found the magic shield that suddenly appeared on his body, realized that he had been attacked, I was furious. But I am also glad that I have kept the spell shield turned on. Otherwise very likely, before you know it, you will be controlled by the hive. Since there is no room for negotiation, then do it. Fang Bing directly turned on the electric current impact. In an instant, a brontosaurus-like electric current appeared. Electrocuted the corpse of the astronaut into black ash. But the hive was nowhere to be seen. Fang Bing didn't panic. He calmly looked at the sand in front of him. Pressed his hand to the ground. Psychokinesis launched. In an instant, the hive body that was fleeing under the sand was frozen. Then walk up to it. Put your hands on the ground. Initiated a material conversion. Place directly around the sand where the hive is located. Converted to an Ulu metal closed case. Shut the hive completely inside. Reach out and remove the closed box, regardless of the banging sound inside. Fang Bing opened the portal. Walked in. When he steps out. Has come to Hydra's underground base again. He first took away the 5 small stones that Gideon used to open the portal. Then he walked back. Now, the base is already in chaos. Commandos of S.H.I.E.L.D. led by Captain America, already called in. But the purpose of Fang Bing is not to help them fight. He just took a few steps back, until I came across a Hydra soldier. Immediately stepped forward. Knock it out. Then pick up this Hydra soldier. Open the portal again. Step in. The next moment, he's already here. Inside the Quinjet cruising the lunar surface. The reason for bringing the hive here, it's because Quinjet is space outside. Is a vacuum environment. According to Fang Bing's memory, a hive cannot survive in a vacuum, so here it is. Fang Bing doesn't have to worry about him escaping. Then, Fang Bing took out the sealed box that imprisoned the hive. Initiated a material conversion. Opened the closed box. A group of gray parasites gushed out instantly. Attacking Fang Bing again. Still in vain. Was bounced back. A hive that has been weakened for millennia. There is simply not enough power to break through Fang Bing's spell shield. Fang Bing didn't attack him either, pointing to the Hydra soldier lying on the floor. Sure enough, the hive obediently got into the body of the Hydra soldier. After a few seconds, the Hydra soldier rose to his feet. He first glanced at Fang Bing warily, then he noticed his surroundings. Backquote. This is space. What do you want? Fang Bing smiled when he heard this. Did not speak. Psychokinesis is launched directly. Take control of the body of the Hydra soldier. And the hive within it. Prevent the hive from detaching from the appendage again. Keep them in this state. Then, immediately stepped forward. Opened the mouth of the Hydra soldier. Stuffed a lump of food into it. And skillfully poked it with a stick. Then just wait for a miracle to happen. That's right. This is the feeding method Fang Bing just came up with. Since the hive is a group of parasites, it's hard to feed. So why not try feeding directly to the host they possess? Isn't the food also absorbed by the hive? Maybe it should be possible. Otherwise, Fang Bing really doesn't know how to feed a group of parasites. Then, Fang Bing maintains psychokinesis control. Start waiting. Wait for the body of a Hydra soldier. Automatically start to digest the food bins it feeds in. This is why Fang Bing left the Hydra soldier alive. If it's just a corpse for the hive to possess, it is very likely that the food will be of no use at all. After a few minutes, ding, you hear the system beep. Fang Bing knew he had made the right bet. Found out how to properly feed the hive. But he is still using psychokinesis to control the hive. So it is not convenient to extract ability. Then, Fang Bing directly reached out to summon the dining car from a different dimension. Transform it with matter. Turned into a one-size-bigger Ulu metal closure. Use psychokinesis to directly move the hive with Hydra soldiers into the closed box. Imprisoned again. It's all done, after confirming that the hive cannot escape. Only then did he look at his system information. Honeycomb Hive Devour. Special, he can project parasites to devour the target, obtain part of the target's strength and physique, and recover his own injuries. Hive Persuades to Surrender. Special, he can project parasites to control aliens, subconsciously change the thinking of aliens, and use them for him. Hive Parasite. Special, he can parasitize in organisms and obtain the memory of the host. Hive Defense. Special, he can manipulate parasites to resist physical and energy damage for him. Extremely Fast Learning IV7. He can quickly browse a huge amount of information, quickly learn and digest knowledge, and the ability to receive and analyze information is enhanced. The number of abilities of the hive, it was beyond Fang Bing's expectation. There are thousands of them. Ability is messed up. Variety. All abilities add up. Even more than Fang Bing's current ability. To know, Fang Bing has been setting up a stall for a long time. Every time you set up a stall, you can get the ability of hundreds of people. Although some will be repeated, but the messy abilities also accumulated more than 1,000. But compare it to a hive, it's nothing short of a big deal. When Fang Bing first saw such a long ability list, still can't understand why it can have so many abilities. Until he saw the parasitic ability of the hive. Only then did I understand the reason. Only then did I understand why the hive is in the ability list. There will be so many abilities that the Earthlings do not have. Because the civilization on that wild planet, it is the hive that kills it. The aliens from the Earth exiled the hive to that alien planet. But that alien planet originally had civilization. Then tragedy struck. Under the hive devouring parasite ability, the aliens of the entire planet are simply irresistible. The hive is getting stronger and stronger. More and more people are parasitic. And the hive. One person at a time. You can get all the memory of this person. That's why he has so many abilities. Later, because of the hive, this civilization is destroyed. Everyone on this planet is dead. Without the nourishment of the host, the hive becomes weaker and weaker. So it was not until thousands of years later, caught by Fang Bing, imprisoned, if he was in his prime. The current Fang Bing will definitely hide as far away as possible. And now, what troubled Fang Bing was, hive has too many abilities. The chances of him drawing useful abilities are also greatly reduced. Only, no matter how low the probability is, it should be smoked. Draw. Congratulations, you have obtained Extreme Learning 7. Call. Drawn results. Let Fang Bing breathe a sigh of relief. He was really afraid of getting an alien version of playing mud just now. That would really be a waste of all his efforts. Not good. This extremely fast learning ability. Very practical for Fang Bing. It can also be said to be a great boost to his future development. As for why the hive has this ability, Fang Bing didn't know. But he remembered watching TV in his previous life. I've seen Hive cast this ability. Watch dozens of TV channels at the same time. Read a book one page at a time. In a short period of time, the modern human society has been thoroughly grasped. Fang Bing thought about it then. It would be great if I could have this perverted ability. What is postgraduate study? Lao Tzu flew straight into the sky. And now, Fang Bing really got this ability. Although it cannot immediately improve his combat effectiveness. But it fits perfectly with his current plan to accumulate scientific knowledge. Wait for the knowledge of the Earth to reach its peak. At that time, it will no longer be possible to extract the Earthman ability. How to improve technology level? Then definitely you need to do your own research. And this ability, it will save him a lot of time then. For example, when he wants to convert space battleships in batches. It is definitely necessary to understand all the technologies of space battleships first. The most important of which is definitely the hyperdrive technology. And this technique, there is simply no one on Earth who can teach him. Want to learn what to do? Counting on Iron Man and Ebony Maw? No, Iron Man is indeed a genius, but Fang Bing thinks it is impossible for him to upgrade the knowledge of Earth science and technology before himself. Just research and understand the hyperdrive. At that time, 80% will still have to rely on Fang Bing to study by himself. And then, the ability to learn quickly comes in handy. Fang Bing now has the same blessing of knowledge as Iron Man. He also has more speed learning ability than him. Understand the superluminal engine in a short time. Fang Bing felt that it was not too difficult. Finished extracting the ability. Fang Bing patted the Ulu metal closed box beside him. It feels like the Hive guy is a treasure. Fang Bing for those special abilities on him. Also very interested. Just don't know. Abilities such as phagocytosis and parasitism. Can Fang Bing be used after being drawn? If under the action of the system. If you can use it, then he was of great help. Especially devour. Killed the villain. Do not kill first. Feed first. The ability has been extracted. Then release parasitic worms to devour. Gain his strength and constitution. Metamorphosis of metamorphosis. Pity. Fang Bing did not draw. There is no way to know whether you can really use it. So, he was prepared not to kill the Hive. Raise it. As for how to raise it, Fang Bing has also thought it through. He opened the portal. Walked in with the Ulu metal sealed box. When it reappears, has reached the bottom of the ocean. This time, Fang Bing did not go to the original underwater Ulu metal prison. Instead, it went straight through one of the deepest trenches in the depths of the sea. Standing at the bottom of a trench 20,000 meters deep, Fang Bing was under huge water pressure. Activated the time travel super ability. It sank directly below the trench floor. 5 minutes later, Fang Bing has reached several thousand meters below the ground. Taking advantage of the duration of his time travel has not yet ended. Start reaching out to transform the dirt around you. Transform it into an Ulu metal cell with 10-meter thick walls. The interior space of the room is very open, after the conversion is complete. Fang Bing walked in with the Ulu metal closed box. Enough food was left in the cell for a year. Only then will the closure be opened. No bullshit with the Hive. Just open the portal and leave here. The Hive now has only one option left. That is to continue to possess this body even though it is still alive. But the consciousness has been wiped out of the Hydra soldiers by the Hive. Use his body to eat. To keep alive. Otherwise. When he broke away from the body of a Hydra soldier. Become extremely weak. Die slowly. So. Fang Bing just has to wait. He believed in the Hive, the thing that had survived for thousands of years. Whenever there is a glimmer of hope for life. Neither will give up. I will definitely accept my feeding obediently. And Fang Bing chose to place the Hive under this trench. Also for safety reasons. The ghost knows that the Hive has lived for thousands of years. There are thousands of abilities. Is there anything special? Can break through the defense of Uru metal, if he can really do it. That locks him in with everyone else. Things get bigger. At that time, the people in the prison, I'm afraid they will all be devoured by him. So, Fang Bing chose this trench several kilometers underground. Even if the Hive can come out, he couldn't reach the ground either. He also has no access to other living things. Fang Bing can teleport to him at any time. In the end he couldn't escape. Done with these. Fang Bing is going to try his Medusa Eye next. Just now because I wanted to keep the Hydra soldiers alive. So I didn't dare to use petrification. I am afraid that the power will be too strong and affect the subsequent feeding plan. So. Now Fang Bing still needs to find a place. Continue to test the eye of Medusa. When he walked out of the portal. I came to the Hydra base under the deserted island before. Want to see if the battle here is over, if not over. He can also find a few Hydra soldiers as experimental targets. Only found out later. The battle here is completely over. Got it. Since Hydra cannot be found, then find a shield one to try. Listen attentively. Found Captain America in Gideon's office. Sit on the leather sofa, crossing his legs and drinking beer. Fang Bing pushed the door open and walked in. Captain America saw him. A can of beer was thrown casually. Gideon was killed by you? All I found in that room was black dust all over the floor. Fang Bing took a sip of the beer and nodded, even if it was expected. But until Fang Bing confirmed, only then did Captain America feel completely relieved. Because if it did make Gideon run away, then this operation was also a failure. After Fang Bing drank a can of beer, walk up to Captain America. He smiled and asked, "Brother, can you help me?" Captain America, this guy, always helpful. Gu Daoxin. Why help the old lady to cross the road? Why give up your seat to a child? He didn't hesitate. So for Fang Bing, please help, he didn't even think about it. He opened his mouth and agreed. Only when he promised. Ask Fang Bing when you need help. See the weird smile on Fang Bing's face. My heart began to panic. What the hell did you ask me to do? It's nothing, just take a look at you. Finished. It didn't take long for Captain America to recover from his stupor. Opened the eye of Medusa directly. Eyes start to glow. Captain America realizes something is wrong. He bent down and wanted to hide under the table. As a result, the action has not yet been made. It was seen by Fang Bing's eyes, straight up. Do not. The whole body is stiff. Sit in the boss chair. Not moving at all. Just like the time-stop series of the island films that Fang Bing has seen is the same. Just like those girls who are frozen by time. Panic appeared on his face. The body maintains a posture ready to dodge. Like a statue. Fang Bing chuckled, stepped forward. Squeezed Captain America's face. It turned out that he hadn't been turned into stone. It's just that it was controlled by the eyes of Medusa and became stiff. I don't know how long it will take to get back to normal. This result was within Fang Bing's expectations. After recognizing who this alien with Medusa's eyes is. Just know. This ability. Now it is impossible to turn a person into stone with just one look. Because the alien who originally possessed this ability was not that powerful. All the time, he can only look at people stiffly. So Fang Bing calculated, even if it is your own meditation. There is a bonus to this ability, but it has not been able to break through to level 7 for the time being. Certainly one cannot directly petrify and kill a person with a super physique. So, Fang Bing will come to Captain America to test. The main reason is because of his good physique. Another reason. Definitely Captain America speaks best. Watch stiff Captain America. Fang Bing didn't leave either. He's going to be here to see when Captain America wakes up. To judge the power of your Medusa eye, he just happened to feel hungry too. He sat down at the table. Recruited the gourmet generator. Start making food for yourself. All kinds of braised dishes with wine. A whole table was set up. Made myself 2 more cases of the best beer. There is also a TV in Gideon's office. Fang Bing also opened it smoothly. Start eating and drinking while watching TV, until an hour later. Fang Bing ate and drank leisurely. Captain America sitting on a chair. Just blinked. Another 10 minutes passed. Only then did he recover. I can finally move my arms and legs. Fang Bing sees that Captain America is about to recover. He quickly collected the leftovers on the table. Waved for a new table. Stepped forward and grabbed him. Oh, you finally woke up. Come, to thank you, I treat you today. Didn't wait for Captain America to get mad. Fang Bing dragged Captain America to the table. Stuffed a big chicken leg into his mouth. Blocked everything he was about to blurt. Good guy. Captain America has never seen such a formation. Where have I seen so many delicious ones? A table full of delicacies. The fragrance rushes straight into the nasal cavity. Attention was diverted in an instant. Started eating chicken legs. I drank beer. Dine up. Fang Bing saw Captain America settled. Just sneak away. Then, Fang Bing came directly to the Ulu metal prison under the sea. Opened the eye of Medusa. Go through the cells one by one. To the prisoners inside. Just a stare. They fell stiffly to the ground. In the end, he came to the lair next door that hates Shalwang. Glared at it. It also stared hard. After. Fang Bing is waiting here. Wait until the prisoners recover on their own. This left the bottom of the sea. After this wave of testing, Fang Bing figured it out. For those prisoners with low physical fitness that they imprisoned themselves. For example, technicians on a spaceship. It is 2 or 3 times higher than the average person's physique. After this kind of person is controlled by the Eye of Medusa. It took 5 or 6 hours to be unable to move. And for the super monster who hates Xiao Huang, who has reached the 9th level of super physique, can also be destroyed by the Eye of Medusa. Controlled and unable to move for 3 minutes. Don't think 3 minutes is too short to know. These 3 minutes. People who hate Xiao Huang's physique. It has completely lost fighting power, incapable of action. In battle, it's enough for Fang Bing to use a knife to cut the hate porn into 108,000 pieces. The key is the Eye of Medusa. It's also a group attack skill. As long as Fang Bing opened the Eye of Medusa, see where the creatures will be controlled. So are thousands of troops, and now this ability is only level 6. Fang Bing thinks, cannot petrify people now. Directly into a statue to kill, because of his ability level is not enough. If ability is improved, it should really be like the legendary Medusa. Stare at whoever dies. Only, this ability also has a disadvantage. That is as long as Fang Bing does not disable this ability. It will always work. That's why the alien guard. The reason why I wear sunglasses all the time. Because he doesn't wear sunglasses, it is a scourge. Wherever you go, pour a piece immediately, and that's sunglasses. As far as Fang Bing knows, it's not just any ordinary sunglasses, but specially made, not transparent at all. It is not possible to see the outside directly from the inside through the sunglasses. Instead, there are tiny cameras on the outside of the sunglasses. The inner sunglasses lens is equivalent to a holographic screen. Real-time footage captured by an external camera. It is directly transmitted to the holographic screen of the sunglasses. That's how it's guaranteed. The alien guard could see outside. He won't use Medusa's eyes to accidentally injure his own people. But this problem is not too troublesome for Fang Bing. He doesn't need sunglasses, because he has a system. Use only when needed. Turn on the ability of Eye of Medusa. After the battle, disable this ability. It's annoying to switch things on and off though. But it's better than wearing sunglasses every day. After coming out of the submarine prison, it is already the 2nd day. Fang Bing remembered that his summoning technique had been cooled down. Can be summoned 3 more times, so he opened the portal directly. This time, he didn't go to the moon. The moon is a vacuum. In case the trick comes out some extremely fragile, but useful creatures for Fang Bing, it may be too late to take it away. He was instantly frozen to death. So, when Fang Bing stepped out of the portal, he has come to the desolate planet where the hive was captured before. There are no living things on this planet, but other natural conditions are similar to the Earth. There is water and there is air, and also in the depths of the universe. It is so far away from the Earth. No matter how hard Fang Bing is on this, it doesn't affect the Earth either. So, Fang Bing chose to come here to summon creatures. But after coming here, Fang Bing suddenly thought of a good idea. He felt that he could build a prison on this planet. It will be used to hold some dangerous prisoners in the future. This will be safer, after all, in this barren land. Even if the prisoner escaped from Fang Bing's cage, there is no way to escape from this planet, but that's for later. Fang Bing has no time to worry about this right now. His first thing to do, or hurry up and try. Delicious food made by yourself using the system. What can be summoned? Then, after Fang Bing walked out of the portal, just find an open space. Then I started to draw the summoning circle. Dozens of seconds later, formation completed. Fang Bing reached out and called out the food maker. Start thinking. Make some suitable food first. Think for a while. He had a thought. A pot of braised pork appeared on the gourmet maker. Fang Bing picked it up. Lightly placed in the center of the summoning circle. Read the summoning spell. Moment. An idea started to talk to Fang Bing in his mind. Fang Bing chatted with it for a few words. Can't help but smile. Know that this call is invalid. Just sign a contract. Call. The magic circle flashed. A puppy up to 2 months old appeared in the center of the teleportation array. Just appeared. He rushed towards the braised pork. I sent back the little milk dog who didn't know where it came from. Fang Bing does not believe in evil. Summon the gourmet generator again. This time he made a 9-turn large intestine. Placed in the center of the summoning array. Read the summoning spell. This time it was even more outrageous. The light flashed. A big shark appeared on the teleportation circle. Fang Bing cut off the shark's fin. Light a fire on the spot. Mei Mei ate a spicy grilled shark fin. Finished shark fin. Fang Bing stood in front of the summoning circle again. This time, he no longer had any expectations of system food. And the number of calls today, there was only one left. Fang Bing didn't bother. He took out a bucket of chocolate beans made before directly from the different space. Throw it on the summoning circle. Randomly chant the mantra. Waiting for the next garbage to pop out from the summoning circle. Sudden. Appeared in Fang Bing's mind. A voice that he would never have imagined. Pleasant goat. Is it your fault, mountain? Fang Bing heard it in his head. Words from the other side. There is only one feeling in my heart. F*K. Are you kidding me? Happy sheep? Isn't that the character in the cartoon I watched when I was a child in my previous life? Fang Bing originally thought about it. Food produced by the system. Plus this special magic circle. Something special might be conjured. But he didn't expect it at all. Can you directly communicate with creatures in the world of Pleasant Goat? This is so. It's so off the charts. Fang Bing didn't know what to say for a while. Until the creature on the opposite side. After waiting for a long time, there was no movement. I asked again. Hey, whether you are Pleasant Goat or not, can you give me that can of candy? Only then did Fang Bing react. The summoning ceremony is not yet complete. Then, he quickly reached an equal contract with the opposite creature. Pay for that can of chocolate chips. Summon it into this world. Call. The magic circle flickered with huge amounts of light. Fang Bing stared at the magic circle expectantly. Want to see who it is? Lazy sheep? Boiling sheep? Beautiful sheep? Moments later, a creature with a small ripped hat appeared. 1 foot on the ground. The little werewolf who stood up and walked. Mo. What a big gray wolf. Fang Bing is numb. At first he didn't quite believe it, until this cartoon creature. It really appeared before his eyes. Only then did Fang Bing realize. Food produced by the system. Pair it with a magic circle. It can really summon creatures across borders and dimensions. This is too hanging. Fang Bing immediately thought of it. Then wouldn't he have a chance in the future? Summon Superman and Wonder Woman? Pirate Luffy? Uzumaki Naruto? Monkey King? Ultraman? Godzilla? Newbie. Fang Bing is excited. I feel grown up, because, as long as he can use system cuisine, summons powerful creatures from those other planes. You can sign a contract with them. Let them fight for themselves. The most important thing is yes, you can also extract abilities from them by feeding them. This made Fang Bing feel unreal for a while. But think of the system's gourmet maker. Not a product of this world at all. A prop that can create food out of thin air with thoughts. Fan Dao, who did not belong to science in the first place. So, it can produce such a strange change with the summoning magic circle. It's barely reasonable, after thinking about it for a long time. Fang Bing looked at it again, in the middle of the magic circle. Holding a jar of chocolate chips. Big Wolf, who is still struggling to screw the lid on, stepped forward, bent over, took the jar from him, unscrew it, handed it back to its hand. Fang Bing didn't speak. Just waiting for Big Wolf to eat the chocolate beans. See if you can extract ability from it, and Big Wolf saw the jar being unscrewed, smell the rich aroma of chocolate beans inside. I can't even take care of Fang Bing. He grabbed it and stuffed it into his mouth. Chewed up. After a while, Fang Bing really heard the system beep. Successfully obtained the ability list of Big Wolf. Gray Wolf, strict wife control LV10. It is extremely afraid of his wife. As long as his wife picks up the frying pan, it will immediately kneel down and beg for mercy. Black technology invention IV6. It is extremely creative, and can independently develop and create some incredible props. Love to eat fat sheep LV10 because the wolf has never eaten a sheep, it makes it addicted to sheep-like life. Strong will LV10. No matter how many times it is defeated, it will never break down, and will always shout that I will come back. Children's song singing skills LV7. He likes to sing very much in his spare time, so his singing level has been greatly improved. Read Big Wolf's ability list. Fang Bing confirmed. This guy is indeed the Big Wolf he knows. Henpeck. I love to eat sheep. Love singing, dancing and fishing. Love to invent and create, and the ability on it. There are also some that Fang Bing really wants. So, draw. Congratulations on obtaining the black technology invention IV6. After Fang Bing extracted it, this ability is turned on. Immediately, a huge amount of information and knowledge poured into his mind. Obedient broad beans? File size pills, powerful magnets, mushroom mines, voice-activated bombs, invisible water, flying rockets, explosive paper, dancing shoes? What are these things? There are hundreds of messy inventions. It filled Fang Bing's mind for a while. He was taken aback for a while. Be good. This is amazing. All of them are black technology. Fang Bing quickly searched inside. See if there is a time machine or something. Forehead. No, it seems that Big Wolf hasn't invented it yet. But even now these Fang Bing has many great uses. Because of these black technologies of Big Wolf. Materials needed. Fang Bing can be created directly by using material conversion. That is, these black technologies, he can use it now. Think about it. Fang Bing directly pressed his hand to the ground. Initiated a material conversion. Start making some materials. The materials are already some flowers and plants. Some bottles and cans. Fang Bing began to manufacture according to the memory in his mind. After a few minutes, a bottle of pills appeared in Fang Bing's hands. File-size pills. Fang Bing threw one into his mouth. Whoosh, he got smaller. It directly became as big as an ant. He looked up at Big Wolf who was eating jelly beans. It's like watching Godzilla. Bounced a few steps on the ground. Another pill was taken. Whoosh, back to the prototype again. Fang Bing looked at the bottle of pills in his hand. Couldn't help but let out a groan. This stuff. Although it has limited effect on him, because he has shapeshifting. It could have been reduced by becoming a small creature. But this thing is not only for your own use. Can be used by others too, including all the black technology props he can make. It can be used by others. This is at a crucial moment. The effect can be great, but more important things. Yes, Fang Bing verified one thing. That is the alien plane creature he summoned. Ability on the body. I just need to extract it. Can also be used. There is no world law that is different. It leads to the situation that the ability cannot be used even if it is acquired. This reassured Fang Bing greatly, because he believes Big Wolf will definitely not be the last alien creature he summons. Now he can summon 3 times a day. He is going to use system delicacies as sacrifices every time. Even if the call is random. Even if the chance of summoning a creature from another plane is not high. Then he won't take long. Then the special creature can be summoned again. And this summoning technique will also follow his meditation. And keep upgrading. The higher the level, the more times you can summon each day. After. Fang Bing didn't send Big Wolf back immediately. Nor did he roast all wolves with him, definitely. Even if he wanted to roast the whole wolf, he couldn't do it. Because under a contract of equality, neither side can hurt the other. Besides, Fang Bing is not that stupid. Why hurt Big Wolf? Wouldn't it be nice to make friends with him? This guy can develop a time machine, not yet. But it will definitely be developed in the future. Now we have a good relationship. At that time, Fang Bing will summon him again. Why don't you let him build a time machine for you? So, Fang Bing found out the food maker decisively. A roasted whole lamb was made for Big Wolf. Let him taste the mutton that he has never eaten in his life. Big Wolf is so grateful to eat. Directly bow to Fang Bing. Recognize Fang Bing as the boss. Subsequently, Fang Bing sent Big Wolf back to its original plane. He also took 10 roast whole lambs and several large cans of chocolate chips. Go back and share it with his wife. As for it to go back later. Could it be because of the mutton? What a difference. So much so that it poses a fatal threat to Yankin. Fang Bing can't control it anymore. As for the reason for giving it several large cans of chocolate beans. Very simple. It is because Fang Bing still needs other abilities in it. That's right. It is the firm will of the full level. The system's introduction to this firm will ability. Let Fang Bing think of the means to fight Dormammu in the future. No matter how many times you get beaten, you won't have a nervous breakdown. With this ability, then, plus time gem infinite reset time. Even if Fang Bing is unable to defeat Dormammu by then, can also be revived infinitely. F*K Dormammu. Let it go off on its own initiative, this way. Still Fang Bing from the late surgeon, inspired by the future Doctor Strange. Because that's how Doctor Strange fought off Dormammu in the first place. It's just that Fang Bing doesn't know why Doctor Strange can bear the countless deaths. And the spirit is not broken. Perhaps that is also a spell related to the soul? After sending away Big Wolf, Fang Bing made some more materials on the spot. Tried other black technologies. After roughly understanding the functions of most of the black technologies, Fang Bing opened the portal and left this wild planet. When he appears again. Already arrived at the Earth Villa. Although it's daylight again. It's already 3 poles in the sun, but it's been so long. He prepares salted fish for a while. Catch up on sleep. Daydream. But he thought too much. Next moment. Drip drip drip. The ultra-long-distance communicator on his body rang.